Thanks for the ride.
You be careful now, and tell your dad I said hi.
A message from New Tesla Energy. The use of illegal coils is punishable by law. Please, always use official coils.
Is that you, Mira?
I'm sorry, Father. I was trying not to wake you up. I just went out for a bit to grab some medicine and other things we needed.
Are you all right? Did anything happen out there?
No. Don't waste your energy worrying about me. I'm just fine.
I'm a weak, selfish old man. I hope you don't resent me too much.
Have a seat. Go on and look over the job specs. It should be a pretty straightforward gig. The Wan brothers, Every and Joni, petty thugs based out of Shadow City. According to my intel, these two have managed to procure a decent number of illegal coils. Your job is to collect them for me.
As far as my payment's concerned, same as always. Half in cash, half in gasoline.
I'm the only reason you're able to get by in this world hating coils the way that you do. I'm expecting results. Kiyoma Mabuchi.
You'll get your results.
I'm just going out to buy some drinking water.
Look what I got, boys and girls. Illegal coils.
Man, are those for real? If they are, that's a major score.
Other than the X's, they're just like legit coils. Check it out. Ha. What do you think? These things pack some seriously wicked power. Just look at the damage it did. And that was with a water gun.
You better not get too attached to him.
I'm back. You're late, Every. Hey, what the hell are you carrying? A chick.
She was standing out in the hall.
Eavesdropping, huh? A spy from the South District?
What are we supposed to do with some girl?
I'll do whatever I want with her. Finders keepers, right? Huh?
What was that?
I know how this is gonna look, but I didn't actually come here for the girl. See, I'm a collector. Hand over the illegal coils. If you don't, things are gonna get ugly.
Whatever, bring it on! Damn it!
None of you clowns have the stones to handle illegal coils. If they destroy you, don't blame me.
Get out!
Where am I? Is that a human?
I hope you learned something today.
I was only going out for water.
Stay right where you are! Want to see this pretty little girl get hurt? Don't think I won't do it! I'll blow her eyeballs out of her skull!
Already told you I'm not here to save the girl. It's not my job.
I'm really gonna do it!
Go ahead. What's wrong? Aren't you gonna shoot her?
Damn it, 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 damn it all!
told you, Father. I couldn't obey your instructions.
Hey, did you know she was a robot this entire time?
No, I didn't.
You're a robot!
Mabuchi. Mabuchi. Hey,
Albert Schumann, just perfect.
seeing you on the losing end of a fight's not something that happens every day. What kind of a monster were you up against?
I really don't want to talk about it. What's the DAB doing here?
As a matter of fact, I just became chief investigator of QI. You'll see me a lot.
So what's up? This case isn't big enough for the Bureau's elite to dirty their hands with?
This is the sort of thing you collectors take care of. Your bread and butter, right?
Come on, what are you looking for?
That's confidential. Though if you came to work for me, it might be a different story entirely.
Thanks, I'll pass.
Rejected again, huh? I see you still detest coils as much as ever. By the way, as of now, this is the property of the Dimensional Administrative Bureau.
Go ahead and take it.
Do me a favor, will you? Don't tell Mary I'm the one who made off with the coil.
Sure.
I don't know, sir. Is it really okay to let him go like that?
Don't worry about him. There are threats to new Tesla out there, but Kiyoma Mabuchi's not one of them. He lives in the past. He may die there too, but he'll never do anything to betray this world. He may not realize it, but I will make him mine.
Stop screwing around! Information's not free, you know.
It's not my fault. Once the DAB showed up, there was nothing I could do.
What was the Bureau doing there? This job wasn't supposed to be that big. Something must be up.
You're a robot!
Hey, Mary, the robots they make these days, can they shed tears?
That's a random question.
Forget it. I'm overthinking it, that's all. Wait a sec.
I'm not getting any dimension-specific reaction. Let's expand the search from one block ahead.
I'm disobeying Father's instructions again, but this is no time to be playing human. I have to get these to Father, for his heart. Wait for me. I'm coming.
So, you finally sniffed this place out, have you? I need time. Just a little more time, that's all. But if it's come to this...
Well, look who it is. Thought I might find you up here sneaking around the edges of the QI boys' search grid.
You're the man from earlier.
Yeah, and you're the thieving little robot. You were after those illegal coils from the very beginning, weren't you? I'm guessing you. No, the one pulling your strings must also be a collector after new Tesla's reward. Am I right?
No, you aren't.
Quit lying, puppet. I'll admit it, that's a good trick. Send in a robot that looks human and have it play the victim until it sees an opportunity to snatch the coils and run. I get it now. The tears and emotional outbursts make it easier to deceive the target. It's just smart programming. Thing is, I got to those illegal coils first. They're my prey. Unless you want to be disassembled, I'll take them back. Now, hand them over, robot!
You can't have them. I apologize for hitting you earlier, but I can't give the coils to you.
Get back here!
You're sure this is the place?
Yes, sir. There's a sophisticated anti-scanning field being deployed from this building, which is unusual tech for this location.
Is the area clear?
It's been evacuated, sir.
All right, our target is the professor. He's not to be harmed. Take care with his research, too.
Facial analysis confirms a 96% match. It really is him.
Dr. Yorizaki, we represent New Tesla Energy. We've come in hopes of reconciling with you.
Reconciliation? After what you did to my family? Is this some kind of a joke? 2 years ago, you people broke into my home to steal the research my wife and I had done. But thinking that wasn't enough for you, was it? You bastards murdered my wife and daughter! New Tesla took everything. All that's left is anger.
That was a regrettable error. The previous Bureau Director misunderstood the Board's orders. Although it hasn't been made public, the Bureau Director and those involved were punished, and the Board of Directors admitted that they made a mistake. Wouldn't it be for the best to put your anger aside?
It's too late for that. I have a moral obligation. As the one who created the world system, I am responsible. Even if it kills me. Still, it must be done.
What is that? Is it some kind of coil?
You want me? Take this instead! This is my answer!
I got you!
Please take these off of me!
You might as well stop resisting them. Even a chainsaw couldn't cut those wires.
Let me go! I have to get home quickly or Father will...
Be quiet. The trick's not gonna work on me again. You're a robot. I'm not gonna feel sympathy for you. So who is this father guy you're squawking about anyway? Your puppeteer? Or is it just a cover?
Please untie me!
Tears again. What did I tell you? I'm not falling for that. What the...
No! Wait! You can't do this, Father!
All units abandon your equipment and retreat! What is this? What the hell are you doing, Doctor?
This is it! This is the beginning!
It's hot.
I'm leaving the rest to you,
No! Wait!
Mira.
Father! Please!
Sure enough, she's just another robot. When her coil burns out, she's done. What'd I expect? I don't want to leave anything behind for Al, though. She's got to be worth some cash, at least.
Are you kidding me? I send you out for illegal coils, and you bring me back this crazy thing?
What? It's just a little souvenir.
Have you figured anything out, Porgy?
To be honest with you, Mary, I'm surprised. At what, you ask? The fact that our friend here could be stupid enough to think of this magnificent specimen as the property of an ordinary collector. First off, collectors aren't exactly known for their spectacular wealth. There's no way one can make or buy something this expensive and sophisticated. This kind of specialty work would easily cost as much as a satellite. The basic body construction is the same as 4 over there. But underneath the artificial skin is a layer of subtle silicone foam and high polymer artificial muscles laid over a skeletal frame filled with nanomachines for self-repair. Then there's the coil on her chest. It controls all the actuators with a wireless local energy network. Not that there aren't plenty of this type of maintenance-free robot, but they're all copies of the original. They usually contain traces of compromise or streamlining. But this baby doesn't have any of that. It's so complete it's annoying.
Is it really that big a deal?
Well, here's the thing. As far as I know, the only one who can make something like this is Dr. Girizaki. And click.
Who said you could turn it on? Won't it send information to New Tesla?
Not if it's an official coil used in a legal way. No specific information will be transmitted from the unit if it meets those requirements.
Hey, you sure about this? Maybe we should just turn it back off.
She's not going berserk. Let's just wait and see what happens.
What's happening? Where am I? Where did my clothes go? Oh, whoops.
Thanks for that.
You again. What's going on?
Quit the confused act. And while you're at it, be a good little robot and switch off the attitude.
Would you please stop referring to me as a robot? I'm a girl, thank you very much.
You weren't kidding. This is an incredible machine. It almost makes you wonder if there's...
for? A newspaper? Not your usual reading material. Little is known about Loser, a mysterious thief who generally targets artwork. He broadcasts his thefts by hijacking communication devices, and while the public ignores him, none of his heists have been successful. Really? Oh, I get it now. That must be why they call him Loser. Due to this fact, some believe that the victims are working with Loser to stage these so-called heists as a means of advertising. That's true. It would explain why he goes to the trouble of broadcasting everything. Still, if he doesn't actually steal anything or hurt anybody, he isn't much of a criminal, is he? There are a lot of police here. Were you helping them catch him?
Loser's MO is to broadcast his heists. However he manages it, you can bet that illegal coils are involved. I'm a collector. It's not Loser I care about. It's his coils. And we're taking them.
Oh, of course. What's this?
Clothes for Mary. Get changed.
Oh, what do they look like?
Just go get changed.
You're telling me you want to be a collector?
Yes,
Why would you want to do that?
because of something my father said. When I die, follow the illegal coils. That's what he told me.
By father, you mean Dr. Yorizaki, that right?
Yes. He told me if I saw a pillar of light, I would know he was no longer in this world. So,
That light earlier today.
I can't bring him back, but I can follow Father's final instructions. If you'll give me the chance, please, I have to know what it was he wanted me to find.
And what about Dr. Sarah? Yorizaki's wife. Do you know where she is?
Somebody murdered her. This was 2 years ago. It happened on the same day I was born. Oh, she's cool! Have you forgotten me yet, Mommy? Actually, I thought you could do that.
What the hell's going on?
Seems our robot friend hacked into this room's system.
Who are you people? You can't just barge in here. What are you doing?
Stop it now! That recording isn't something you could just go around showing people. It's dangerous, remember that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Delete the log. I don't want any record of this. We didn't see anything. There was never any video. Understand?
Consider it done.
It was New Tesla.
The people who killed the doctor?
Yeah. There was someone I recognized. A guy I saw before a joint training exercise. I'm completely certain.
If that's the case, then this is even bigger than we thought. If those people were New Tesla, it means the world's biggest corporation secretly killed the world's greatest robot engineer and her young daughter. More than that, they killed the wife of Dr. Shido Yorizaki, the father of coils and New Tesla's own founder. What I would like to know is why the doctor chose to go into hiding instead of making this information public. And why all he left behind was this girl and some cryptic last words.
You can't do this, Father!
All right, then. You get your wish, girl. I'll put you to work. However, Kiyoma will supervise you.
Huh?
She'll chase after illegal coils, whether we take her on or not. Better that she be somewhere where we can watch her than running around on her own. You must know if she gets caught, then that's it for us. We can play innocent all we want, but our lives won't be worth a damn.
Thank you so much! I promise I won't let you down!
This is priceless. The diehard coilator is getting a robot for his partner.
Hold on. Aren't you forgetting something?
Why does it have to be me?
You're the one who brought her. I'd say that makes her your responsibility. You kids have fun now.
Okay, I'm ready. Well, what do you think? Is this a good look for me? There's one thing, though. I couldn't hide my tail. Is that a big problem, do you think?
You'll have to ask Mary.
This particular piece. Although I will say that by doing so, he has demonstrated excellent taste. This statue is much admired for its unsettling beauty. Once in the exhibition of the late Ernest
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Looks like the show's starting.
Tonight's target is the statue Angels of Black and White Wings.
It's Luther! I think he's coming!
Now that he's here, what do we do?
The range for this kind of hijacking is roughly 2 kilometers. Somewhere in that area, there'll be jammers with illegal coils. Find them.
Okay, but you can tell me how I'm supposed to do that exactly?
Stop!
He's fast. Who is that guy?
Hang on, I'll find out. I think he's a collector. collector, so if I can just extract his ID, then I should be able to... Whoa, hold it. Guess we can forget about an ID. This guy doesn't have a single coil on him.
Not one, really?
None at all. It's crazy. It's like he's a relic from another age or something.
I've heard of a collector from Central 47 who's extremely good but hates coils. That must be him.
What now?
What do you think?
Oh, fine. Stop it.
Time for a real show. I've cleared the front gate. Leg boost. Looks like the roof's blocked.
They're trying to steer you somewhere.
Intruder, stop where you are.
I suspect I could do a lot worse than to have someone like you fighting at my back, Collector.
I'm not interested in fighting with you or against you. Tell me where your coils are and we'll call it a day.
And deprive my fans of the show they've been waiting for? I couldn't possibly do that.
Who's that other guy in there? Some kind of rival?
Yeah, don't lose her!
Guy's got nothing on you!
Well, he may be a bad thief, but he sure is popular. That's enough talking. I've got a job to do. No good. I can't use anything but my optical sensor. Probably because of Luther's fireworks. I need to find all the jamming devices in a 2-kilometer range. But how can I do that if I can't trace them or use my scanner? I just need a different perspective. I'll go somewhere else and try again. Someplace high up where the fireworks won't interfere.
You have so much raw physical ability you don't even need coils. I'm impressed, Kyoma Mabuchi.
You know me. Who the hell are you?
Jump as well as I used to. Maybe from switching to a regular coil? That's a long way up. It should put me far enough away from any interference. Then I can get to work.
I know plenty of things. For example, I know that a legendary special ops unit known as Grendel fought in the last war. You were part of that unit. We live in an age of unmanned warfare. Yet you were taught to fight with your body and mind. A real-life superhero trained specifically to counter coil weapons. The war came to an end and Grendel reportedly vanished. But you see, I know what really happened. I know about the final mission and why they disappeared.
Yeah, what makes you so sure?
Personal experience. I know how New Tesla operates. They hide any major accidents involving coils. Hideous, isn't it? I lost my face, arms, and legs, but worse than that, I lost my wife.
Luther's never taken off his mask before. Let us see!
Can anyone hear what he's saying?
Get out of here, Collector. The people who killed my wife will pay. One way or another, the truth will be brought to light.
What do you mean by that?
Wait!
The Jews now to start doing their job? Nice exit.
Turn around slowly and keep your hands where I can see them.
I'm sorry, sir, but why are you locking out the police? I don't want anyone seeing what I'm about to do.
But sir...
Enough! Be quiet! My reputation's at stake here. I refuse to become Loser's first victim. That kind of thing could ruin me!
He wants revenge, so he becomes an art thief? If there's a connection there, I don't see it. None of his planned heists have been successful. So they say. But is it true?
It's very faint, but we're getting a positive signal. I'm sure of it. That's a key coil. One of the numbers. Papa, look out!
Are you alright, Papa? Can you hear me? Lame. Why did the broadcast stop?
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to cut your show a little short tonight, loser. What's about to happen isn't suitable for television. Shall we get on with it?
It doesn't look like these lovely ladies of yours are powered by official coils. I've got a question for you. Tell me, Curator, what do you know about numbers?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of joke?
It was a stupid question. Obviously, you don't know anything about coils. Look at their chests. They aren't glowing red because they're using illegal coils. Isn't that right, Collector?
Yeah, don't you know red is the color of death? You've got some top priority collection targets there.
Don't just stand there, kill him! Protect me!
As you wish, Master.
No. That's impossible. My robots! My precious robots. They were defeated so easily.
Move it. So that's what you're really after.
I seek the numbers. If you want to understand, then you will. Eventually.
I'm getting sick of your riddles.
This is the police. Curator, open
No! They'll find out that I've been using illegal coils! I've got to get them out and hide them somewhere. If the police see them, that's it!
I don't know what you're doing!
Papa, come on, please say something! What now? I could restart the program. Maybe that would help. Hold on. Why are all the jammers in one spot? I can explain that for you. It wasn't easy, but I'm pretty sure I caught all of them. See? Whoa, you're a robot! Oh no, I'm not a robot! I'm really a collector. Yeah, that's me. You have antenna. You mean these? They're not antenna. No, these are just hairpins. They're on the big side, I know. Hairpins? Anyway, I'm really impressed. You did a good job with these. There are pigeons everywhere, so you could plant your devices into a real flock without anyone noticing. But how did you figure it out? Those birds look exactly like the real thing. Not to sound immodest, but I have a little talent with manipulating coils. I admit I didn't see them at first, but as I kept watching, I noticed that there were some that kept flying back to the same positions. Impossible. Nobody in the world could do that. Not impossible, just difficult. Anyway, once I pinpointed the pigeons, I used surveillance camera logs to determine where they were flying from, and that's what led me to this place. Amazing. Are you sure you're a human? Yes. Of course I am. How many times do I have to say it? Then get out of here, Collector. Well, I mean, you got what you wanted, didn't you? So go on. I don't have time for this. Hey, what are you up to now? A dimensional collapse. This is bad.
The ship's dimension's already starting to overflow.
Goodbye for now. If you survive this, let's meet again.
Come on, let's get out of here! Can't say I didn't try.
What the hell happened?
What was that explosion? A dimension collapsing. Huh? You okay?
What's more, I got what I needed. Let's go home.
Right. What about Kioma? There was a man who went in after you. Did he survive too?
I'm glad to see he has a good partner as well. And don't worry. It'll take a lot more than that to kill a man like him.
It's over now, but how much damage was done?
What happened? I don't understand. I was just trying to get the coils out. What happened to me?
You shouldn't have touched him. As for your mess, it'll just cool down and harden.
Who are the DAD? Stay where you are! This area is under our management as of now.
The materialization of Dimension W. Not something you want to see more than once. Hey, Mabuchi, you know you look good on the big screen.
You got them all on your own.
That's right. I tracked all of them down and collected them myself.
Impressive. That loser guy must have a good engineer working for him.
Oh, yes. I was especially surprised when I realized a child was controlling them.
Yeah?
4. Bring the briefcase over here. Your payment for this job, $6 million. Would you like to count it?
Wow, that much for me? What am I going to do with all of it?
You don't see cash too often these days.
New Tesla was impressed that you saw through the pigeon charade and found the devices.
No wonder Kiyoma looks like a kid who was sent to bed without dessert.
You did well, but don't let it make you cocky or complacent. If they find out what you really are, we'll all be in trouble. Just remember that. You can't let your guard down even for a second. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, this is for you. Here.
What are you giving me that for?
I'm paying my rent. Even if it is just a corner by the door, I'm renting a portion of your home. It seems only right that I should pay you for it. Although, to be honest, I would really appreciate a bed and a closet and maybe someplace private to change.
You don't need that stuff.
I need the same basic living conditions everyone does so I can keep my parts clean and in good working order. My body is full of nanomachines that circulate through it like blood circulates through your veins and arteries. In order to keep me at peak condition, those machines are continually making repairs. Of course, the nanomachines themselves are also continually detaching and reconfiguring. You might not realize it, but repairs can only be made so quickly. That's why it's recommended that I take regular breaks for sleep, though the amount I need varies according to my activity. So you see, I need sleep just like you. And just like you, I prefer to sleep in a bed, not standing up. I can't rest well unless I'm lying down. What are you doing? This isn't where we normally exit. Where are we going? My very own trailer, thanks!
You bought it with your own money. Don't thank me.
It's roomier than I thought. A place of my own, finally. Huh? Hold on. Hey, Kiyoma, I had a quick question. About the plumbing situation in my trailer. This is just routine maintenance. I use water for cooling off and circulation of my nanomachines. It needs to be replaced periodically. Maybe we should take steps to avoid another embarrassing moment. Fixing the lock on the door would help, but I think it might be better if I had my own bathroom, don't you?
Here you go. Your change.
Oh, great.
I don't think I can remember the last time I gave somebody coins.
I appreciate it.
I've got all the things you purchased out here like you asked. Are you sure you don't want them delivered?
Thanks. I should be fine, though. Somebody's coming to pick me up.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yes.
What's wrong? What's happening?
He seemed like a nice man. I hope he didn't think I was weird. I'm not used to shopping like this. It really is inconvenient to use cash for everything. All right. Just a group of kids.
Hey, those punks try and come in here, chase them away.
How come they're here in the first place? Do you know them?
No, but I can tell you why they're here for that.
Why do you think they're so interested in a car?
It's a gasoline-powered car. You don't really find them that much outside of museums. It's certainly not the kind of thing a kid sees every day. I'm sure the novelty of it is what draws them.
Wow, you really don't care much for coils, do you? Clearly the car doesn't use any, and I don't see any coil-powered products here. Are you going out? We could have at least said goodbye. Someone should teach him some manners. Wash, wash, wash it up, wash it till it shines. As clean as fun, and when I'm not done, my home will be so fine. I wonder what I should do. Kiyoma would probably yell at them and run them off. But I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good way to behave toward children. Oh, Mary? Yes, of course I can talk now.
We've got another job lined up. You and Kiyoma can pay me a visit tonight.
Sure, we'll see you then. Oh, before you go, there's something I wanted to ask.
What is it?
I was wondering why Kiyoma hates coils so much. I thought you might know.
I couldn't say. Why not ask him yourself?
I tried that, but he wouldn't tell me.
Then he probably doesn't want to talk about it. I'm hanging up now.
Don't you think he ought to tell me, though? I'm his partner, and partners should be honest with each other.
Touch your chest and ask yourself why he might not want to tell you.
Touch my chest? What for? And she's gone. It doesn't seem like she noticed us. Infiltration successful. Come on, let's look around.
I think we should go home. If someone finds us here, we're gonna be in serious trouble.
Don't be such a chicken. Now follow me.
She saw us!
What are you two doing? This property belongs to Mr. Kiyomu Mabuchi. Coming here without permission is trespassing. What are you doing here? Who are you? I'm Miria. Mira's fine. Okay, I'm Shiota. Very nice to meet you, Shiota. Now, both of you listen to me. This place is off limits, do you understand? You guys can't come in here unless you're invited. Why are you allowed in? I have permission. I live here and I'm Kiyomu's partner. Is that like saying you're his wife? His wife? No. I mean, why do you ask? Does it look like I am? Hey, I've got another question. Yes, what is it? If you live here, does that mean you're doing it? Are we doing what? So what's this? Is it where you and Mabuchi go to shack up? No, actually. It's my own space, not something Kiyoma and I share, which brings me to my next point. I think it's important for you kids to understand that Kiyoma and I are work partners. It's nothing personal. Okay? So soft. Are you even listening to me? I'm trying to explain something to you.
What are you guys doing? Are you crazy?
Sorry, can't talk now. Can't you see I'm driving here?
Oh man, if someone finds us, we're so totally dead.
This was fun. Let's play again sometime. Oh, okay. But about that misunderstanding earlier. I'm not going to make it.
I'm looking for a phone that's been modified to run on a battery.
So you still hate coils as much as ever, do you? What else? We both know you didn't come all the way down here just for that. Out with it. What do you want to know?
All right, what does the term numbers mean to you?
Aren't you still working for that scary old witch? Why don't you find out from her? All right. Before the towers were completed, researchers around the world were given various experimental coils ranging in size. They had a few different names. Some called them beta coils, some called them microgates. But nowadays, it's simpler. People just call them numbers because of how they look. Whatever you want to call them, though, they're a big deal, considered top-secret collection targets.
How are they different from other coils?
Coils these days rely on the towers. They're built to pull energy from the surface of Dimension W, designed to get the power they need without penetrating the top layer. Numbers are a different beast entirely. They reach into the abyss deep inside Dimension W, a region unknown and unexplored. Obviously, if something goes wrong down there, it goes really wrong. In fact, most of the large-scale, inexplicable accidents new Tesla covers up are said to be caused by numbers. Here. You ask me, numbers are too dangerous. They're not something this world has any need for.
Hey, this gas station belong to you?
Yeah?
And what about those scrap cars over there? Are they yours too?
And what if they are?
We got a call from some kids saying a few of those old cars had fallen over and pinned someone underneath.
Damn it.
Well, we didn't find anyone under there, so it looks like everything's just fine. You know how kids can be about this stuff, though. They probably just panicked and thought the worst had happened. We treated them for light injuries and minor shock and sent them all home. They'll be okay.
So we done here then?
Actually, sir, I'm afraid there's the issue of liability. You're responsible for managing your property in a way that doesn't pose an undue risk to the community.
You there?
Yes, come in.
Well, there's There's no denying you're a robot now.
Can you help? I seem to be a little broken at the moment.
A little more than a little. We'll need to call in Kodo for this one.
I can't stop thinking about the children's eyes. When they saw what happened, they were so frightened. They were in shock, but it made me a bit sad. Whatever they saw, I guess they must not have said anything to the police. If they had, there would have been an investigation and New Tesla would be coming for me.
It's not just you they'd want. They'd take me and Mary, too.
Mary warned me very clearly not to, but I still let myself get complacent. I've never had much contact with humans outside of Father. It was such an incredible feeling to interact with people and feel accepted. I should thank them. If I see them again, I'll thank those kids for treating me like a person and keeping my secret.
It's Kyoma.
You're calling me. It's usually the other way around. I assume it's about her.
What do you know so far?
Well, I know I'm still alive and not in New Tesla custody, but that's about it.
We've got repairs to make. I'll need Korogi.
He's all yours.
All right, good deal. And thank you for sorting things out earlier, by the way.
For sorting what out?
Weren't you the one that got me released?
No. As much as I like doing business with you, I'm afraid I can't claim the credit for springing you from jail.
Well, who was it then?
Believe it or not, the COO of New Tesla Central 47, Claire Skyhart.
If you'll come this way, please.
I don't believe we've ever met before, have we, Mr. Mabuchi?
So you're her?
COO Claire Skyhart. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long, but I'm a busy woman. You're looking well after recent events.
What business do you have with me? Why'd you get me released from custody?
Because it seemed to me that the fault did not lie entirely with you.
Even if that's true, you're a New Tesla exec. Is a minor civilian incident like this really in your purview? So that's it.
This is Shiora Skyhart. She happens to be my granddaughter. I only found out about this minor civilian incident, as you called it, because of her. It would be an exaggeration to say I had you released, but Shiora and the others told me about you. They said you'd warned them many times to stay away from those cars. I asked the police to make a fair decision based on that information. And to be honest, I did think it might afford me the chance to look upon a beast of Grendel in the flesh.
Well, you've seen me. Are we all done here now?
Hey, hold on! I didn't think Grandma needed to know about everything that happened. So tell me not to worry and just hurry up and get better. I don't think I'll be able to play anymore, though.
I read your final report about the Yorizaki incident. The results were as we had expected them to be?
Yes, more disturbing than any destruction is what is absent. Dr. Yorizaki's remains have simply vanished, along with everything that was near him. We're currently considering the possibility that the strange coil he had with him on that balcony was capable of creating a small black hole.
You're speaking of the double coil mentioned in the report?
Yes. I've never heard of a coil like that, not even in academic papers. Who knows what it may be capable of?
What I'm most interested to know is, what was the Doctor's endgame? He despised us as the soulless monsters who took everything he had from him. I would not be surprised if he continued his research for the sole purpose of getting revenge. With him gone for good now, I suppose we'll never know. I believe I have everything I need now to make my report to the board. You've done good work, thank you. Oh, and I've had an interesting encounter. I thought you'd like to know. I met the other beast of Grendel.
And what did you think?
I'd heard that he'd been damaged, that he was unable to return to society for quite some time after the incident occurred. But nothing he did today suggested he had any lingering issue.
In that case, I take it you approve?
I'm comfortable leaving it to your discretion.
That's excellent. Thank you very much. Ending transmission.
This world we've built, it could so easily be destroyed.
At last, we may have some answers about the recent explosion. New Tesla Energy has issued a statement regarding the cause. It seems there were chemicals illegally dumped at the site of an abandoned plant. Those chemicals reacted with the ones already present at the plant, leading to an explosion and the appearance of a strange pillar of light. Now, in other news...
Hi there!
How's it going, Mabuchi?
I'm leaving.
Have a seat.
I'm here in an official capacity. New Tesla has a job it needs done. Here, take a look at this. A report about an incident that happened at Lake Yasogami last week. The man who died was Shijiro Sakaki, known for his grotesque mystery novels. The incident occurred in the study of his home, which serves as the local hotel. The cause of death was drowning. There was no sign of anyone coming or going from the room. The novelist was alone, save for the housekeeping robot. The room contained a water dispenser, which was empty at the time the body was discovered.
So what happened then? The robot forced the water from the dispenser down his throat?
For a robot to kill, it would have to run on an illegal coil. An official coil would submit a report to New Tesla and shut down. Of course, the case gets a bit more complicated than that. If this was simply a matter of an illegal coil, I wouldn't have bothered you with it. Here's the video recorded by the robot's camera.
I'd like some water, keeper. Get it for me.
Yes, sir. Right away. Here you are, sir. Your water.
Seems like an inconvenient time for the video to cut out.
Very, and it doesn't return until 2 minutes later.
Pardon me, sir. Mind if I come in? I thought...
We inspected the coil, of course, but like the robot, we found no problem with it. No trace of an illegal coil being used either, which means that whoever killed Sakaki may have some way of circumventing New Tesla's security. That's where you come in. I want you to find whatever was used to interfere with the robot and collect it, if possible.
Why not do it yourselves?
We'd rather outsource. It's the ghosts, you see. Lake Yasogami is a man-made lake created when a dam was built 21 years ago. Its rushed construction and bad weather led to an accident that claimed a large number of lives. Ever since that tragedy, the area has become famous for sightings of the paranormal. Spooky, don't you think?
Ghost stories, Al.
Anyway, we're taking this job. You on board?
You ask that like I actually have a choice. Listen up, you heap of metal.
Yes?
There will be other guests here, so you need to act like a normal robot. Don't cry or laugh or get scared of stuff like ghosts, okay?
Right. I'll do my best not to.
Thank you for waiting, Mr. Mabuchi. Welcome to our establishment. If I might take just a moment to introduce you. This is Ms. Marisa Sakaki. She is the current owner of this hotel.
Please forgive my appearance. It's been a very trying week.
Ms. Sakaki's elder brother was the late Shijiro Sakaki, the hotel's previous owner.
You must be getting tired, ma'am. Shall we?
And should you need anything at all, I am Makita, the hotel manager.
Hey! How much longer do I have to wait? You're a lousy maid, you know that?
It won't be long, sir. I'm very sorry.
My sincerest apologies, Mr. Hagiyama. Whatever you may need, I'll see to it personally.
That's more like it. And I guess you two must be the collectors from New Tesla. Very brave. Aren't you worried you'll meet the same fate your predecessors did?
That was the journalist, Mr. Hagiyama. He is doing research for his biography of Mr. Shijiro.
Oh, hello. Some new faces, I see.
Who's this?
She's cute. My name's Elizabeth Greenhouse Smith. It's a pleasure to meet you. Why do I feel like I've seen her before? You really shouldn't stare at people like that, you know. It's terribly bad manners. That's a very well-made robot. I'm impressed.
If you will come with me, Mr. Mabuchi, I would be happy to show you to your room.
Oh my, is this your room? What a coincidence.
Coincidence, my ass. What are you doing here?
I'm on vacation. I had planned an island getaway, but at the last minute I decided that coming here would be much more interesting. So I made a few changes to my itinerary. Is this the partner you've recently acquired, Mabuchi? I believe her name was... Mira, isn't it? There's a similar robot at the tower front desk. Nice piece of work.
What are you trying to say?
Back to normal.
Only that you really ought to be more grateful for everything Mary's done for you. After what happened, you were practically a shut-in, until she helped you return to society as a collector. And you repay her by running off to Dendendo and keeping her out of the loop?
You had me followed.
I have to admit, you surprised me. I wasn't expecting you to ask about numbers. What? Something I said?
What would a normal robot do?
What the hell?
What are you doing? This is the 3rd floor.
Sadly, that's not high enough.
Tomorrow at 9 p.m., the lounge. We'll have a drink and chat a little. I'll see you there.
Wow, he's amazing.
Of course he is. It goes without saying for a beast of Grendel.
Sorry, what's a beast of Grendel?
Just a name, that's all. Something that's part of my past now.
So sleeping arrangements?
I'll take the bed in the back. You can help yourself to the sofa.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Well, Blue, the fog's rising. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
Oh, good morning. Is it time to get up now?
how much sleep can a robot possibly need? Piece of junk.
Piece of junk.
Let's get going. You see all these books? I want you to scan through them.
Wouldn't it be easier if we just downloaded them from the internet?
Don't be stupid. We're not going to find the clues we need online. Hey.
Don't sneak up on me like that!
What did I tell you about being scared of everything?
I know, I'm sorry. But I store information and images, and that makes reading books a very immersive experience.
Yeah, whatever. Just hurry up and finish.
Okay?
Mira, it is not enough for you to store data in your memory. As you process a piece of information, use it to create an image. If the information seems incomplete, fill it in using memories you've already stored. When you're given new information, you must access all the images that are related to it and rebuild them accordingly.
We miss you, Father. That's just the house, right? I'll pick up the pace a bit.
Bastard. You knew one of the numbers was here the whole time, didn't you? Why didn't you say so earlier?
What, and talk about numbers in front of Mary when you'd already avoided doing just that? Look, just have a drink.
Here you are. Thanks for waiting.
The accident you mentioned. Only one of the dead was part of the construction crew. The rest were students, and there was a coil involved. This wasn't a simple accident, was it?
Why do you say that?
21 years ago, there weren't any towers, which means the coil must have been one of the numbers, unstable and unpredictable. The numbers caused a horrific accident, and the students were its victims. Obviously, New Tesla covered the incident up, but they still haven't managed to retrieve the thing.
Glad to see you haven't lost your edge. You're only half right, though. The accident was just that. A tragic but otherwise unremarkable event.
Seriously?
But, around the same time, one of the numbers was activated in this area. That's the part of this unfortunate story that you've got correct. This is Kenjiro Kurora, professor of physics, and his student Haruna Inamori, a native of Yasugami. At the time, numbers coil 189 was on loan to Kuroda's laboratory. Inamori used her access to borrow it.
So, she was probably the one who activated it. And hers was the only body not found.
The Bureau sent out search parties twice in the years that followed. But both times the teams apparently encountered ghosts. Their bodies were found later, drowned.
All of which was the result of the numbers going crazy.
That does seem like the obvious conclusion. As you guessed, they never found the coil, but the ghost stopped appearing 10 years ago, so no more teams were sent out.
But when Shijiro Sakaki was murdered, you assumed that the ghost had reappeared. And wasn't it 10 years back that he came to Yasogami? That's just too much to be a coincidence. You think he knew something even the Bureau didn't? Something about the numbers?
That seems likely, but unfortunately I have no proof.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was the chef's recommendation.
I can't take it. His novels are too gruesome. He describes pain and suffering with so much detail, it's sickening. It all felt so real. I could almost smell his character's fear. Still, despite all that, I did notice something. His book settings are reminiscent of Yasogami Village, as it looked in the past. This is the image I've created of Yasogami as it appeared 21 years ago. There's a clue here somewhere. I'm sure there is. If I can just find it. I was concentrating so hard on the image that I forgot where I was for a second. I didn't know I could fall. Can't let Kiyoma see me like this. He'd probably call me a piece of junk again. Gone. Is somebody playing a joke on me? The room looks different too. An error? My functions aren't working? What's going on? Where am I? It's not a very pretty sight, is it? Take a closer look. You can see where the barbed wire. Why can't I move? It's like I'm frozen. Would you like an arm that matches mine?
You and I know firsthand the tragedy that numbers can cause. The inexplicable horrors. You were the only one there that day who survived. That's why I chose you for this job. Not only because of your strength, but because you know.
Find anything?
Do you really need to ask? This is me we're talking about. Of course I found something. It was easy.
Spit it out. Al's here too.
Okay, cool. Put your phone next to his. We're gonna need it. I'll project what I've got.
It'll drain that old school battery of yours in no time. All right, here we go.
This is the more complete version of the video taken by the housekeeping robot. I restored it as much as I could.
This is what happened during the missing 2 minutes?
That blackout in the original occurred because the memory was overwritten in real time. The original data stream was so large that the robot could only record bits and pieces of it. Whoever those people are, their appearance has something to do with the coil.
Are they real?
They have no mass. If they did, we'd be in trouble.
The materialization of Dimension W.
Wait, there should be an image in my log. What? There's nothing there.
So she really did see something. Korogi, can you compare these people to the ones who died 21 years ago?
Huh? Sure, give me a second.
From what we know so far, I wouldn't be surprised to find a connection between the victims and Sakaki's killers.
I see where you're going. You think the numbers sealed up the tragedy and everyone who was involved within Dimension W. Huh.
Somehow I've been dragged into memories from 21 years ago. When did it first happen? In the bathroom? No, before that. It's been happening since I got here. The world of the past is layered on top of the real world. But now, I can't get out. This is truly a memory, though. Nothing as simple as that. It's like something out of one of Sakaki's novels. You entered my darling's room without permission, and now I'll watch you suffer for it. I can't do anything as long as I'm bound by the logic of this world. I'm helpless. Please, Kiyoma, I need you. Help me!
Bingo, Kiyoma, that's it. Other than that Kamiki guy in the middle, they're all students who died years ago in the flood.
Shiro Kamiki?
Yep, the plot thickens.
Seems Sakaki was a pen name.
Please, Mr. Mabuchi, you're needed at once. It's Mr. Hagiyama.
Rigor mortis has already set in. He's past saving, unfortunately.
Why are you here? Are you a collector?
You've called the police?
I've been trying to reach them for some time now, but I can't get through.
Mabuchi! That came from the hotel. Where's that piece of junk when I need her? She better not be sleeping again.
Who's there?
I see you've woken up. I'm afraid that doesn't work for us, Miss Sakaki. We'll need you to go back to sleep.
No.
I've been doing a little reading, you see, so I know that your dreams are necessary to connect to the other side. You'll be safer under our supervision. Until we get the numbers, you're our hostage.
Mabuchi, ghosts are appearing along this fog. I've removed everyone to the hotel.
What is this thing?
It's a transmission device provided by Ellie.
Yeah, you better not break it.
Thanks. You want to trade for my piece of scrap metal? Oblivious little fool's probably still sitting in a study reading books.
What are you planning to do?
I'm gonna catch one of these damn things, and then get it to take me to the numbers. I don't feel any resistance.
What kind of idiot is he? Those things aren't solid. You can't just catch a ghost. Sakurai! Get over here, hurry up!
Is that you, Makita? All right, I made it to Sakaki's study. There's no sign of Mira in here. What about you? Are you having any luck over in Mabuchi's room?
Not yet.
Sakaki knew the relationship between the ghosts and the coil. That's why he was able to prevent them from appearing. Which means he probably kept something nearby that he could use against them. There must be something we missed. But what is it?
Ow! It's water!
I am a robot. Right now, I exist in this strange, shadowy world because it perceives me. But that's just data. Everything here, the chains I'm wrapped in, the violence I've seen. Everything is a false image. It's not real.
I'll feel all that metal digging into you.
What if I die like this? What will happen? Will I be trapped in this world forever like the accident victims are?
I can't wait to see you get ripped apart. Limb from perfect little limb.
I am a robot. I won't change if I'm restarted.
By the time it's done, you'll be even more torn up than me.
I'll still clean, still do laundry, still get yelled at by Kiyoma, still collect oils for Mary, still do my best to follow Father's instructions. But even so, will that really be me? Or would it be a different me than I am now?
Rip you apart. Tear your flesh. I want to see.
That's not what I want. I am me. I don't want there to be any others. How? Perception is the key. My logic was stronger, so it overrode the logic of this world and rewrote it.
No way, that's impossible. No one can do that. What are you doing here? After all this time?
They can only take form in the fog of Lake Yasagami. To disperse them, you have to use water from a different source. That's why there are sprinklers installed all over the building.
We know it was these things that killed Sakaki. And that means the water in the dispenser must have been switched with water from Lake Yasagami.
We've almost got it. The numbers coil is inside this dam.
It looks like she froze. Her coil seems normal, though. I can't get in? No way! I guess I'll just have to restart her.
And it's okay to do that?
doing, you piece of junk? Where were you when you could have been useful?
Listen to me, I know where they are! I can lead us through the numbers and Marisa!
Don't worry, Anomaly. I'm here. I'll protect you as I always have.
Well, hurry up. Get in.
Right, coming!
They've got more of those flying disc things at the dam's administration offices.
What do we do?
Nothing at all.
But...
So, you brought up the big one. Good choice.
It's almost like old times again with me watching your back, isn't it?
It's just like I thought. Those guys had Professor Kuroda's notes. Good news, Papa. I know where it is.
Doesn't matter, I'm calling it off. We're retreating.
Why? It's almost ours.
Because of the second Grendel. He's far too interested in us.
Who cares about him?
I'm afraid going up against two of the beasts could prove to be exceptionally challenging, even for us.
How unpleasant. When I came here, I didn't think I'd end up working with Loser's little sidekick. Mabuchi, you'd better make this worth it.
Shiro Kamaki is Shijiro Sakaki from 21 years ago. But he only exists now in the world that was stored in Dimension W by the numbers.
What a damn hopeless mess. You're telling me this guy's past self killed his present self. People wonder why I hate coils. This is why.
What was stored wasn't simply an event from the past. It was another possibility in which Kamaki's friends didn't die, because in that world he was able to save them.
This is the perfect way to show people what coils can do.
It's so important. They're the solution to all our energy problems. And it's time for people to realize that.
With technology like this, there's no need for a dam, and the village will be saved.
Exactly.
What happened? Why's your arm bandaged?
This? I just got a little cut.
You should be more careful. You've always been such a klutz ever since we were little.
And you've always been a crybaby ever since we were little.
Oh, shut up.
You know, we're gonna have to work on your sense of humor.
You two sure get along well.
Stop that, Mr. Me-to-Me. You're supposed to be covering the coils, not us.
Who's that guy?
Just some journalist. He says he's filming a report on the coil or something. I figured a little publicity can't hurt.
Inamity! Could you do me a favor and check the power supply?
Yeah, sure. Will you let Mr. Me-to-Me know where I'm going? What's wrong? Concerned about interference?
I'm more worried about what the weather's gonna do. I'm gonna go take a look.
There wasn't anything in the forecast, though.
I'll be back before the professor comes.
Hey, you really think this is okay? Discharging the dam? We're just letting a little water out, that's all. They'll run away quick enough. And the siren will go off, right? Who's on duty today again? Kato. Poor sap. I wouldn't want to be him.
I gotta go let him know.
I can't believe you'd think we'd broadcast a report on coils. It's a damn good thing you're pretty, sweetheart.
Please, just leave me alone.
Don't you get it? An infinite energy supply would cause a lot of people a lot of problems.
Stop it!
You can't just go solving the energy crisis overnight. That's not the way things work. This report is never going to be seen. That was decided before I even got here. Give up already.
No! Are you okay? Tell me what happened.
It's too horrible. I can't say it. Kamaki! I killed someone!
You didn't do anything wrong. It was self-defense.
He's not!
Listen to me. They're planning to discharge the dam upstream to drive everyone away.
What?
You go and warn everybody that they need to evacuate the hotel.
Are you coming too?
First, I'm gonna do something about that. Don't tell anyone what happened here.
Kamaki!
There's no time for this. Get going. They were only planning to let out a little water, just enough to scare us. But thanks to this guy, that'll have to change. Any evidence will be washed away when this place is flooded with muddy water. I don't care what happens to me. I must protect Anomaly.
Once I've warned everybody, I need to retrieve the coil.
Is that Comic-Con?
Bring out the phone!
Get us out of here!
Why are they still down there? There's Anomaly! Should I try and save them, knowing I might die too? Or should I run away and live? What would she do? It's hard to describe what happened next. There was no sound, just a bright light, and the passage of time worked somehow. The next thing I remember, I thought I'd saved everyone. But that happened in a world that isn't real. So many deaths, and they were my fault. This world may be fake, but it doesn't matter. It's the only world in which we still exist, so I will protect it! No matter what it takes.
That's an illegal coil. Hand it over! My legs are soaked in spring water. Now time to say goodbye. Your world is ending.
Our world is stronger than you think. It's made of Anomaly's memories. Her thoughts sustain us. Give us form and life. We are immortal.
That is incorrect. Your world is not what you think. It is not made up of Anomaly's thoughts or memories.
Don't touch her!
What the hell is going on? Where is she?
The world you exist in is your other possibility, Kamiki.
My other possibility?
That's right. An alternate world in which you saved your friends and grieved Anomaly's death. A world that could have been.
What are you?
You believed she was dead, but Anomaly was actually still alive.
You lie.
You don't see it, do you? That's not Marisa. That's Anomaly.
No, that's Marisa. That's my sister. It has to be.
No, it isn't. You spent so long believing Anomaly was dead that you can't see what's right before your eyes.
That's right. The real Marisa is dead. There was a car accident 14 years ago. This is impossible. I abandoned my friends and went after Anomaly instead. I was able to save her from drowning. She lived, but she forgot everything from before the accident. I left Yasagami village and changed my name in order to lead a quiet, private life. I hoped that we could somehow leave the tragedy behind us. But Anomaly was tortured by nightmares. In her dreams, she could see that those who died in the flood had become ghosts and were attacking people. Professor Kuroda helped me understand what was happening. 3 threads tied the real world to the world of the ghosts. The coil, the water from Lake Yasagami, and Anomaly's dreams. In order to be free of her nightmares, she had to be separated from the coil and the water of Lake Yasagami. I don't understand. You could have just destroyed the coil, couldn't you? Why did you have to trick us and hide it in the dam? That's why we did it. That's why we killed you. It's not that simple. Think about what would have happened if I'd stopped the coil. My dead friends lived on in another world. I wanted to protect it. I wanted to protect them.
Look, Kamiki, you should be able to see Anomaly now. Your perception of her death had to be changed. That's why you couldn't see it before.
Anomaly?
I can't believe it. I've waited for so long, and now here you are.
It's true. You really survived.
I did, but it was all so horrible. I couldn't do anything. I just watched while everyone suffered. I felt so lost. I could never help anyone, but I was always watching.
because I'm finally with you again.
You've caused so much pain. It's time. Let's end this.
What's that sound?
The alternate world created in Dimension W is converging with reality. When the numbers go wild, they create cracks in Dimension W. Each crack, in turn, creates a copy of reality. And every world created holds a different possibility.
That's confusing.
Copies usually disappear almost as soon as they're made. But in this case, the coil continued to function, so this world was able to remain.
Looks like our time is up.
Miyabi. If other possibilities exist. Maybe it's time to move on.
Damn it! Quit smiling!
Get out of the way!
Impressive.
Is that a robot?
Yeah. Have you heard of Mary's bodyguard?
Well, have anything for me yet, Koragi?
I am trying, but it's complicated. What you want to know is why Dr. Yudazaki made her, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, there's only so much I can tell you. Let's start with the body. It's the ultimate in artificial humanoid replication. But there's nothing revolutionary about it. Though I will say that the tail attached to the spine is a complete mystery. It's not her body that's special. It's the incredible structure of her brain. So organic. I've never seen anything like it. At least not in a robot, anyway.
In other words, you basically have nothing new to offer.
Hey, I'm doing my best.
I just wish we knew what the doctor's goal was in all of this.
Follow the illegal coils. Not much to go on, is it?
I'm sorry. I really am. I want to help, but I guess in the end what I understand the least is myself. I don't even know why I was born in the first place.
Being born's not something that comes with a reason. Not unless you're being used as a tool. And no one here is calling you a tool now, are they? Speaking of tools, why isn't Kiyoma here?
Currently, no more than 60% of a person's body may be replaced with artificial parts. However, given recent medical advances, that limitation may soon be repealed.
Boring! This doesn't feel like Japan at all. I could be in any big city. Someone promised me something fun. Well, this stupid place is just the same as Isla. Hey, that's a samurai! 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 Oh, that was quick.
Hey, you, get out of the way.
Samurai, listen to him!
I said get out of the way. What the?
You should have picked somebody else to annoy.
Skewers? That's new! Way to go, Samurai!
All right, who's this one? Oh, great, more of them.
This way!
What are you? Hey, can I get a little help?
shall we proceed?
I want him located by nightfall. He is a pawn, but a necessary one.
As you wish, sir.
Honestly, what am I going to do with that boy?
That was close, but we should be safe here. For now, anyway.
Let go of me. Wait, you look like...
Hmm?
You are. That means those guys back there were looking for you, weren't they?
How could you tell? Is that a special samurai power?
Not a samurai.
Oh. Well, what are you then? A ninja? They're cool too.
Why am I still standing here?
Well, you're not leaving, are you? You're going to abandon me to those men?
Sure am.
Oh, come on. You can at least tell me your name, can't you?
Why don't you tell me yours first?
Okay, then I'm Lawai. Lawai Ora Tabesti. You can call me Lou.
Damn. You're related to the Wind of Africa. Well, I'm Kyoma Mabuchi. Goodbye, Lou.
Hey, wait, don't go. At least take me with you. I want to learn more about Japan before I go back.
Not my problem. Now go away.
You gonna make me? Wow, look at this. What's going on here?
It's just a festival.
A festival? Ah! Are there sumo wrestlers in geisha? I want to see them.
Don't touch me.
Look over here. There's so much stuff. What's this? Kyoma? What's this stand?
Huh?
Is this guy selling fish?
Want to try, kid? Cash. You don't see much of that stuff these days, do you? Well, here you go then. Good luck.
Okay, thanks. Want to watch? Kyoma? Hey, wait, where did you go?
He seems to be about the same height as that piece of junk.
Scoop them up and put them in the bowl. Sound easy enough?
Yeah. I'll catch some of these and then go after Kyoma.
Hey! What did you do, you freak? You better be able to pay for this.
I'm very sorry. Here, take these. They should be worth something.
What is this, costume jewelry? Hold on.
This is real.
That's real gold.
Way. Let me
Hey,
see.
back off. It's mine.
Not so good at laying low, are you? All right. In you go.
Oh my.
Mind if we come in?
Oh, of course, Kyoma. Welcome. We've been expecting you.
Are you always this violent?
Oh, his clothes are sopping wet. What happened to this poor boy? Maybe we should help him.
Well, this is a surprise, Kyoma. I never expected you would bring someone with you. Now, ladies, don't just stand there. Why don't you help our guest into a change of clothes?
Yes, right away. Come with us. We'll get you changed.
What kind of store is this?
It's a clothing store. We mainly sell kimonos.
Do you have samurai outfits too?
Yes, actually. Do you want to see them?
Yeah, I do. You ain't here. I'll be right back.
I like your friend. He seems very sweet. Did you kidnap him from someplace?
The other way around.
Oh, look at your sleeve. You. Always getting into trouble.
Thank you, Suki.
It's not much, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Here, give it a try. The fabric is heavy, but I tried to lighten the lining a bit. So what do you think?
It's well made, sturdy, but lighter than it looks, which will be good for fighting.
I'm glad to hear it. If you died in a fight because of something I made, I don't know how I would ever sleep at night.
In that case, I'll do my best not to die while I'm wearing this.
Well then, I hope you never take it off. I refuse to let you die before I do, Kyoma, and that's final. I'm basically your big sister after all.
We're the same age.
That's not what my point is, and you know it. Well, anyway, have you gone to visit Miyabi yet?
Yeah.
Liar. You always turn back before you get there. It's been 5 years now. Isn't it time for you to forgive yourself?
I've been using the loss of my memories as an excuse to run away or bury my head. The truth is, I don't even know what I left behind. And well, that makes forgiveness and acceptance difficult to find. But things are gonna change. I mean it. I will get back what I lost.
Kyoma! I think there's something wrong with this outfit. Would a samurai really wear this? I mean, look at it.
He's not a doll, girls.
But look at him. He's dashing. He's like a cross-dressing swordsman.
Come now, ladies. You know better than that. Your job is to see to the customer's wishes. It isn't time to play around.
Yeah.
Careful, I don't want you ripping my coat again.
Losty.
Please forgive me, I must apologize for my somewhat dramatic entrance. It would appear that I have incorrectly assumed the worst.
Welcome to our shop.
Now, Prince Luai, we must return. Prince Salva is waiting for you. Your continued presence would only cause more trouble for these good people.
Looks like it's your curfew, kid.
Yeah, I guess it is. Goodbye. Let's go, Losty.
Yes, Prince Luai. Please see that the bill is sent here.
Really? But this card says it's Laurel.
Hey, Lou. A parting gift. Take care, okay?
I hope I'll see you again sometime.
You act tough, but you've really got a soft heart, don't you?
So what? I was nice to him. Why wouldn't I be? He's only a kid.
Yes, he is.
A kid whose body is a machine.
Am I interrupting anything?
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm looking for you. Mary isn't exactly in the best mood.
And how did you find this place?
It was easy. Korogi told me about it.
Hello there. Well, aren't you just a lovely young lady?
It's nice to meet you. My name is Mira. Oh, she's got a tail.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mira. I'm Tsubaki Azumaya, and I am the owner of this shop.
My name is Hirose. I'm Ayukawa. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you both.
Now then, it's time for you to tell me how you know this young woman. I'm dying to hear this, Kyoma, and don't leave anything out.
Did you have to show up like that?
What else could I do? Mary wanted to know where you were. I like Tsubaki. She seems really nice. It was very kind of her to give me this yukata.
I just wish she wasn't so persistent.
Fireworks!
Did you enjoy Japan, Luai?
Yes, very much.
Well, that's good, because the fun is over now. We have fireworks of our own to set off.
What the hell? Visitors? Now? Stop there! Identify yourself!
This isn't one of the numbers either. Just one more. That's all I need and it will be complete.
I hate to say it, but maybe we should have tried a little harder to get the one from Yasugami.
Don't blame me. Blame the beasts of Grendel.
Are they really that strong, or is it just hype?
No, they're strong. Their actions in the last war made them legendary.
Couldn't we just modify an illegal coil for what we need?
Not with the current equipment, we can't.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that. Hey, Papa. It looks like something's just happened in Central 47.
How dare they? 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 How dare they?
And all it took was one hit.
Forrest's body is military grade. Did they have an illegal coil?
Illegal coil or not, I don't care. He's broken something that belongs to me, and for that, I'm going to make him pay.
So what was he after?
It would seem that he's screening candidates.
What do you mean?
It's addressed to all collectors.
Well, all those who haven't been scared off anyway. Four is well known for having skills as a bodyguard. This guy took him on as a demonstration. The bastard.
What did he look like?
He was awfully young looking, and about the same size as Mira. He had a darker complexion, though.
Just as I thought.
It's been a long time, Claire. I selected it specifically for today.
72 years old, is it?
Chateau Larzo Millennium. As the name implies, this particular wine is intended to commemorate the year 2000.
And what are you insinuating? I'm not quite as old as that, Your Highness.
No, of course not. Beauty is knowledge and discipline. Without knowledge, beauty is hollow, and without discipline, there can be no knowledge. The world can only be at peace when both are in harmony, something you understand well. It's what makes you beautiful.
I am truly honored, Your Highness, but both you and I know that is not what you came here to speak to me about. Shall we get to the point?
I wish to discuss the legacy left by Dr. Yurizaki.
Surely not. You must be joking.
I'm really not known for my sense of humor.
This is dangerous thinking, Your Highness. Predicting the actions of cowards is an endeavor easier said than done. If things don't go well, we could be facing the breakout of another war.
But fortunately, wars are my specialty. Am I not, after all, Salva Anna Tebesti, better known to many as the wind that controls Africa? I will not falter. I will not fail. With that said, however, you have no reason to worry. Whatever you fear, I'm not a fool, Claire.
Then you're saying you won't start a war?
Actually, that's exactly why I came here. To inform you that I intend to start a war, in order to avoid a war.
Well, that's enigmatic.
I propose a simple contest. One in which anyone can participate. A race, so to speak. Now then, as to the location, I thought some isolated ruins would be appropriate. Easter Island.
Easter Island. Of all places, it will be there. I wonder what the
What are you doing in there? Are you stuck?
Yeah, I can't climb out. I can barely even move.
How did you wind up there anyway?
I was clumsy. There was this cat I wanted to get a picture of, so I climbed the wall. But I kind of fell.
Hold on. I'll get you out.
Thank you so much for helping me. Who knows how long I could have been stuck there.
You should try to be more careful. So you really use that camera?
Uh-huh.
It looks like it's seen better days.
It belonged to my grandfather. He left it to me because I like old things. What? Is something wrong?
You know, most people are scared of me. See ya.
Hey, wait a sec. Before you go, my name is Miyabi Azumaya. And what about you? What's yours?
My name? It's Kiyoma.
Hey, Kyo. Thanks for waiting.
Sure. That beat-up old thing again?
Yeah, but you shouldn't say it like that. This beat-up old thing brought us together. So I don't care if it's falling apart and doesn't take good pictures. Or if it's practically impossible to find film for it. This camera is my good luck charm.
It's so outdated, though. Coils are used for everything now. Listen, Cliff, I'm only gonna say this once. Hands to yourself.
That's enough, Kyo. Stop it! How many times is this now? Well, huh? How many?
Man, where did your sister learn to yell like that?
You know, she only gets so angry because she's worried about you.
I'm guessing you're the one she's worried about spending all your time with somebody like me.
She worries about both of us, but she approves of you, despite the fact that you're always getting in trouble.
Big trouble this time. There's a decent chance the college will kick me out for it.
Don't worry, it'll be okay. Even if the whole world is against you, I'm not. Whatever happens, I'm on your side, and I always will be.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
What was that? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, really. But the camera... Look, it broke. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I was just a little tired, that's all. I tripped.
She was diagnosed with an incurable disease that would cause all the muscles in her body to slowly degenerate.
I need to find somewhere to get this camera fixed.
5 years at most. That's what the doctor gave her.
Let's take a trip when I get out of the hospital. Where should we go?
Where do you want to go?
Well, let's see. Maybe the mountains. I want to be someplace...
I wouldn't accept that. There had to be something I could do.
I'm with you.
It's not possible. Prosthetic limbs that use coils, sure, but not a whole body. I'm sorry, I just can't.
If you won't do it, then tell me who will.
There's somebody working on that kind of procedure.
Give me a name.
I can tell you, but it won't do any good. She's not the kind of person you can just call and make an appointment with.
Dr. Yamasaki, good news. We've received the newest sample from the lab.
Yes, this is excellent. Now we just have to figure out how to connect it to a human body.
Yes.
The central nervous system is going to be tricky, though.
Dr. Yamasaki!
What's all the commotion?
Stop! Move it! Ma'am, excuse me, but are you Dr. Sailor Yorosaki?
Yes?
You gotta help me. I need a favor. I'll beg if I have to. My girlfriend's dying. You've got to save her.
Kiyoma Mabuchi, you're an interesting young man. According to this, your physical abilities seem to be unparalleled. You're fast, strong, and agile. You also appear to have a unique talent for throwing things. But I'm being rude. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Colin Keyes, and as it happens, I'm gathering people like you, people with exceptional abilities.
Yeah, what are you gathering them for?
A group called Grendel, a superhuman military unit.
Grendel?
From what I've learned, I would say you've qualified to join.
I'm busy.
Don't say anything yet. Let me finish. Do you know who proposed the formation of Grendel? His name is Dr. Shido Yorizaki, and he happens to be Dr. Sato's husband. If you join, I'm sure the doctor would be willing to speak to his wife on your behalf and explain your situation to her. I bet you could even get your girlfriend priority to become one of Dr. Sato's test subjects. So, what do you say? The path I offer won't be easy, but if you choose it, the possibilities could be endless. Consider carefully.
Miyabi, will you marry me?
Yes.
All right, men, you're heading to the northern part of Easter Island. The mission is to recapture the facilities there from the enemy. It's going to be difficult and it's going to be dangerous. Can you handle that? Sir! Albert, get into position. You see anything out there? Blast it.
Don't worry, guys. I'll be here to watch your backs, as always.
Ain't right, Al. Don't want you hitting me. Calm down, Mabuchi. That's not gonna happen. Not today, at least. I wouldn't want to make that lady friend of yours sad, would I?
Oh, shut up.
The surgery is today, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're not the only ones fighting.
Well then, we better not lose.
That's for damn sure.
Enough chit-chat. Shield, final check. You'll have plenty of power, but they won't stand up long to consecutive hits, so be careful. Mabuchi, your spin darts are affected against the shield. Lead Squad A and break through from the front.
Understood.
Good luck, men. Now show me what the beast can do. Squad A, charge! Go, go, go!
Warning.
Initially, at least, everything was going according to plan. I don't remember what happened next. It's all just a blank. Miyabi. Don't go. Miyabi.
Mabuchi,
Hey, Al.
you've been out for a while, so let me get you up to speed. We did win the war, but you and I were the only ones who returned from the mission on Easter Island. Grendel fought together for 3 years, and it was an honor to serve alongside every one of you. Because when the world needed us, we were there to protect it. Remember that. We were there. Whatever happens, that won't change.
Al, what the hell are you saying? You lost me.
There are some people waiting to talk to you. Anyway, I should get going now.
Hey, wait. Suzuki. Dr. Yorizaki?
Kiyoma.
Hey, Miyabi.
We put the body from the neck down in a separate place until we were ready for it. But there was an accident with a coil. Nothing we could see coming. Her head. I'm very sorry.
No. What did I do? It can't be true. It can't. The power of coils is unpredictable and terrifying. In the blink of an eye, it stole everything that mattered most to me.
You're sure?
Yes. He's working on a car right now, but he says we're going to Easter Island when he's done.
I was wondering what he would decide. All right, then.
Do you have a message for him? I'm happy to pass it along.
That's okay. No message. I just wanted to check in, that's all. But you be careful out there. Things could get dangerous.
Yes, ma'am. We will. Thank you.
Hey, Kiyoma, are you in here? Looks like it stopped raining.
And what are you waiting for? Let's go.
Okay.
Well, come on. What are you doing in there? That's the wrong car. We're taking this one.
Salva, we're surprised by your actions, to say the least.
Now explain yourself. Why choose a location that's been under strict quarantine? Why Easter Island?
Because I have found something very interesting.
And what would that be?
I have found a possibility. After the accident, Easter Island was cut off from all energy from Dimension W. It fell into the void of possibility and became a dead island. But take a look at this. Video from Easter Island taken only 4 weeks ago. Let's zoom in on the top floor window of this building. Right there. Doesn't it look like a person? The figure is shining because of the visualization of the dimensional interference wave. Shouldn't we investigate? Surely I can't be the only one who's curious.
Why use collectors for this endeavor of yours? Our QI troops are trained for precisely this kind of operation.
Because I don't know who can be trusted, considering that the ones responsible for the last war and the assassination of the Yurizaki family came from within the company.
Choose your words with care.
I understand. The real goal of my strategy is to promote unity, to ensure no one is working secretly for their own benefit. Transparency is the answer. New Tesla can oversee everything that happens on the island from a distance without the need for direct involvement.
I see. I believe I understand your intentions. It is somewhat unorthodox, but I'm willing to concede that you have the company's welfare in mind.
Thank you very much for your understanding, President. And of course, I hope this will benefit Central 60 and Africa. As their representative, that must always be a priority of mine.
Very well, then. We will give this plan of yours our support, Zava. From now on, you will work in cooperation with QI-4. That is all. Dismissed.
Easter Island. That place has been under quarantine ever since that incident 5 years ago. None of the people living on the island were ever seen again after that.
It's the place where everything ended, the final battlefield. After the accident was over, so were the internal conflicts at New Tesla Energy.
Welcome, brave collectors. Good evening, and thank you for coming. The fact that you've received an invitation, understood its import, and were courageous enough to come here proves that you are the creme de la creme.
Just the kind of grub I'd expect at a sneaky hotel.
We done talking.
I don't know what kind of job we're here for, but I'm sure I could handle it just fine on my own.
Would you hurry up and get to the good stuff already? We all know this ain't a regular job, so tell us what you're after.
As you are all aware, 5 years ago, Easter Island fell into the void of possibility. No doubt you're also aware that coils do not work in the void. And yet in that wasteland, a coil began working.
Okay.
Ever since that first coil came back to life, the dimensional energy of the island has begun to recover. That particular coil is the reason I have summoned you here today. I am challenging you all to enter the void and collect it. I believe you will be able to tell which one it is on sight. I'm offering a reward of $50 million.
$50 million? No way!
First to the coil gets
That's
paid.
5 times the underground price for numbers.
For $50 million, I have no problem risking life and limb.
There is one more thing you should know. May I present our transport to Easter Island?
That's the Air Command Ship Rodeo from South America's QI-4.
And the commanding officer, Cedric Morgan, as brave as they come.
We will be departing tomorrow. Until then, get your rest. I think you'll need it.
I like this disguise. I'm already getting used to it. Papa, is there something the matter?
No, it's nothing. I just can't believe that Beast isn't here.
Took you long enough, but I'm glad you decided to go.
Yeah, thanks for giving us a lift.
We'll add it to the growing list of favors you owe me.
I'll pay my tab in full at some point, don't worry.
If it weren't outside my jurisdiction, I'd be doing more than just flying you out there. You'll give me a report when it's over, though. A full report.
Yeah.
I still don't get why you didn't just go with Prince Salva and the others. Would have been faster, right?
But I wouldn't have been able to bring my car.
So you're seriously planning to drive around the island in that car?
It's all about speed this time.
You don't think you move fast enough?
There's a price to pay for not using coils. It means I'll just be slower than other collectors. That's just a fact. No matter what the Prince is after, if it's on Easter Island, there's only one place we'd be heading.
The site of the former New Tesla Energy Experiment Facilities, also known as Ground Zero.
What do you mean, Ground Zero?
Show the map.
The place where the biggest dimensional malfunction in history occurred. There's one runway on Easter Island. It's 12 kilometers away from that as the crow flies.
But it's 12 kilometers of rough terrain, thanks to protrusions caused by the malfunction. I'll take the route that goes around the island. The drive ought to take me less than 30 minutes.
You still need to be careful, though. That car of yours will be able to function in the void, but of course your partner will shut down. It's not likely you'll be unaffected either.
It's not going to be a cakewalk. I'm aware of that.
Wind speed 22 meters per second. Altitude 700.
We'll be entering the automated defense line before much longer.
We're getting close now.
That's excellent, Commander.
What a huge storm. It's raining cats and dogs.
Yep.
You see that, Giant? The island's automated artillery system. If we stray from the designated route, that thing's what we'll be answering to.
There's another one. The new Tesla really doesn't want anybody visiting. That's major firepower.
What's that you found, Sanchos?
A number of coils appear to have stopped working. The energy from Dimension W is extremely weak in this area.
It isn't zero, though?
If it were zero, everyone would be affected. In the void, life cannot continue for long.
Easter Island on the port side. We'll prepare for landing shortly.
We're finally here. The epitome of a man-made disaster. Mankind's insatiable spirit of discovery devoured a small Pacific island in seconds, changing it from a lush land to a barren waste devoid of any vegetation.
I didn't know dimensional malfunction could do this much damage.
The world has an infinite number of possibilities. However, only one is ever realized. The possibilities that do not come to pass are folded into layers in Dimension W and changed into energy.
It's the materialization of those possibilities that makes coils go wild, and it causes those haphazard protrusions.
Absolutely incredible. Is it not a spectacular sight, Commander Morgan?
It certainly is a shocking one.
What was that?
A water spout in back, Commander. Starboard side. I count 3. No, more. We're surrounded by them.
Your Highness, we should turn the ship around.
No, we must continue to our destination and land. It doesn't look as if we'd have much...
Your Majesty, we are so honored that you came. Salva, come over here, please. His Majesty the King has arrived.
The king, and he wants to see me?
So you're young Salva, are you?
Yes, Your Majesty. It's an honor to meet you.
As they told me, you were a promising boy with a good look to your face. I do not have a son of my own, you see. I would have you become my child, Salva. From this day forward, you will be known to all as Salva Enati Besti.
Will I be a prince?
Do you see what they're building? That's new Tesla Energy's 60th tower. It's a symbol of the future that awaits our country. Metal essential to the manufacture of coils can only be found here in Isla. That metal is the reason our country has developed so swiftly in recent years. As long as we can continue to supply it, our future will be secure.
But for how long, Father? Our mines will run out eventually. Our neighbors are already jealous of our prosperity and the wealth of our resources. Shouldn't we try to find a more reliable base for our power, so that we aren't so completely dependent on one export?
You really are clever, Salva, far wiser than your years. But remember this, if you hunger for power, you invite your own destruction. That's one reason I host banquets for our neighbors, to promote goodwill and show that we are not a threat. At times you may see me acting docile or foolish. It is because if I do not, I cannot protect this country.
Your Majesty, it is time.
You're showing your weakness, Father. That isn't right.
Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Good news. It's a blessed day. The Queen is pregnant.
Is this true? Take me to her. Cancel all my appointments. Listen to my son! Such a good, strong cry. I will call him Luai. Luai Ora Tibesti. Now, Salva, you must look after your younger brother and support him in all ways, because someday this child will be king of Isla.
Yes, I will look after him. I promise you, Father.
Why are you always staring outside? Are you looking at the clouds?
No, I'm looking at New Tesla's tower.
The tower? Why?
Can I tell you something? It's about a dream I have.
Yes, please, tell me about it.
I'll make the throne and you'll sit in it. I'll shape the world, then hand it over to you.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
That will be best, I'm sure of it. Become king of Isla, Luai.
It sounds scary, being the king.
Damn it. I would never have imagined that Grodia would fall.
Where are the others? Are we the only ones who made it?
I don't see anyone. They must have been left behind on the bridge.
I'm soaking wet. Dry clothes, Sanchos.
I don't think he can help you right now.
Hey, what happened to him?
That sphere touched him. I don't know what it did, but it left him like this.
What was that thing?
Who knows? But at least the coils started working again.
He's practically dead. There's no point in lugging him around.
Hey, don't be a bastard, KK.
flare a robot come from.
And you see who's operating it. That's the first prince, Loai Aratavesti.
Please, I need help! It's Sullivan and Lassie! Something's wrong with them!
It's understandable that he's distraught. This is his brother. What do we do?
Go home. What else can we do now? You really gonna leave it like that after coming this far?
Listen to me, Luai. You will save me. I know you will.
Kid, you look dazed. Are you alright?
Yeah.
These three are freezing. Their body temperatures are scary low.
Until my brother recovers, I will be in charge here. Does everyone understand? From now on, I speak with Salva's voice. What he would want is for the contest to continue.
That's exactly what I was waiting to hear.
Well, that's it then.
First, we will cross to Easter Island and find a place for Salva and the others to rest.
Honestly, my poor hair. What was that sphere thing?
There are actually 3 possibilities. One of them is that which we desire most, but I can't be certain yet.
Hold on a second, Papa. You know what that creepy thing back there was?
I might, but much is still unclear. The truth is sleeping at Ground Zero.
So, is that what we do now then? Go to Ground Zero?
Easier said than done.
It just turned off.
Beyond that is the void. Coils stop working, life itself comes to a standstill. We have to choose our route very carefully.
But our destination is right there. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Papa?
Come, Ellie, let's go. I will do what I must. I have no choice but to continue.
How is it?
I don't see anybody, and it's still in good shape.
It doesn't look like it got caught in a protrusion.
Not a sign of life anywhere. Well, now that we're here, what's our next step gonna be?
First things first, let's talk about the reward. No offense, but if your brother doesn't snap out of it, who's gonna pay the winner?
I won't answer that question. I'll let Salva do it himself. He took steps to ensure the contest could continue even in his absence.
Greetings, intrepid collectors, and welcome to Easter Island. I made this recording in case unforeseen circumstances should arise. Because on this island, it's only natural to assume that they will. This is the only place in the world that has ever fallen completely into the void, so we have no concept of what it means to recover from that, nor do we know how such a thing could even be made possible.
Damn rocks.
We might have been better off with a 4-wheel drive vehicle that had a higher suspension.
Shut up.
Quick, Kiyoma, I think you'll want to see this.
Even Dr. Yodizaki himself had difficulty theorizing about the return from the void, so anything we now learn will be well worth the price we have to pay.
Wait, is this broadcasting live?
Getting here sure wasn't the easiest thing we've ever done, was it, brother? Prince Salva?
By this point, I've already told you what I want you to collect, as well as the reward I'm offering. That reward remains valid, even in the event of my death.
I'll be monitoring all of you very closely, so do not attempt to either run away with the coil or destroy it.
Come on, Sancho, wake up already! We don't have time for sleep!
The reward was $50 million. Even if you split it 5 ways, that's still $10 million for each of us.
You mean work together?
I don't think so.
I can collect that coil all on my own, no problem. And I'll save Sancho's too while I'm at it.
Good answers. I was hoping you would say that.
There's one more matter to warn you about. Dr. Yodizaki speculated that once freed from the void, that which was frozen will regain motion as new possibilities assert themselves. This applies to living and non-living entities. Living beings will have sustained extensive damage to their cells, which will likely result in the significant impairment of both body and spirit.
Impairment? What's that supposed to mean?
It's in the basement.
Is that a zombie?
No, he's just become unfrozen.
So the island started moving again? Did we trigger it just by coming here?
Eliminate. Eliminate. What is that?
A robot? We've got another thing that came back to life.
Good defense.
An energy shield. It must have diverted the energy from impact into Dimension W.
The rest of you go! Get out of here! You'll take care of things here, right?
What? Hey!
about?
Looks like it's decided, Cassidy.
Huh?
We leave this place in your hands.
What the hell are you saying? Where are the other guys?
Yuri and KK took off on their own a while ago.
Those cowards. Sneaking away like that.
I'll stay a little longer to watch the prince fight, but then I'm going to. Good luck.
Come back here, you! This thing again!
Leave it. Physical attacks like that aren't going to do you any good. It will only cause it to strike back at you. Just try to stay still. As far as I can tell, it only seems interested in men.
It looks like you were right. Good call. What the hell is that thing?
Well, that was unexpected.
All right, then. The sphere again. Good. It seems no one was harmed.
Lucky, it's me. Yes, Prince Lawai. I'm so glad you're awake. How's Alva? I'm sorry, Prince Lawai. He is still insensible. We were rendered unconscious by different means. It wasn't the sphere that knocked me out, but a physical attack. I may be wrong, but it seemed like the sphere was looking for something. Go now, my prince. You must find out what that thing is, and do whatever you can to save your brother. Please fight for him. Remember his dream, Your Highness.
Remember my brother's dream. Okay, I'll do it. And not just for Salva, but for Isla and Africa. Whatever happens, I will not forget why I'm here.
You are a kind boy, Prince Lawai. I wish you success.
Hey, look out! There's 2 armored robots up ahead.
Things have already started moving again, huh?
Proceed no further. You may not pass.
I thought something like this might happen.
Warning! Warning!
I can't see anything! You could have warned me you were going to do that. Those robots were the only ones you blinded, you know.
Your eyes will heal, right?
They won't! Fine, yes they will. That's not really the point I'm trying to make here. I just think you could try to be a little more considerate of me, that's all.
Huh?
You know, just forget it! Be careful. There's a disturbance I sense fighting 1 kilometer ahead.
Eliminate! Eliminate!
Debbie, get in the hole! Too slow. I'm over here now. Let's see how it does with a hole in its head.
Hey, look out! Above you! That was close. Are you alright?
Taking on an armored robot with a shovel. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Thanks for all the help and all, sir, but who are you?
Just a collector who happened to be in the area.
Wow, not too bad looking, are you? Oh, I'm Mira, by the way. Nice to meet you. Looks like it's getting ready to attack.
Not too bad, I guess.
That won't work. It's shielded.
Yeah, I noticed that.
What's he doing? Are those wires?
The shield deflects my skewers, but doesn't detect the wires attached. This robot isn't dexterous enough to untangle itself. It's not even smart enough to know it should. There, I think that ought to do it.
Handsome and smart. Yeah, I'm in love. He's amazing.
I haven't lost my touch. That's something at least. Hey, piece of junk.
Right. Just give me 1 second. I've retrieved the coil. What do you want me to do now?
What kind is it?
Well, it's pretty old, but it looks like a normal coil to me.
Toss it.
But it still seems to work just fine.
You heard me.
Aw, okay.
There'll be more where that came from. Assuming we make it over this protrusion.
It doesn't look like we'll be able to go by car this time.
Sure we can. We just have to find an underground tunnel.
And you think there's one around here?
There was 5 years ago, at least. The route we used on the mission.
Sorry for interrupting. But if it's a tunnel you're looking for, then maybe we can help. See, we're pretty good at digging holes.
Couple more seconds and I'll blow you to pieces.
the game. Sorry.
Damn it, KK. What'd you do to me?
I've been waiting this whole time to get one of you alone. It took longer than I thought.
Wait. Stop.
Don't worry, it's a simple operation.
Damn it. This is wrong. Just plain wrong.
Well, what else could we do? There are only 2 seats. They did find the tunnel for us, so I think we opened, don't you?
Personally, I like the way things turned out. We're all in this together now.
When I find that coil, I'm not planning to hand it over to anyone, and I won't let it go without a fight. I will destroy it. It will never function again.
You have any idea where it is?
If I did, I'd be a lot more relaxed right now.
Kioma, in 600 meters, we'll reach an area of total darkness, and it will continue for roughly 800 meters.
The void.
Yes, that does seem likely.
The car will be fine, but we humans won't. We've got 10 or 20 seconds at the most. You'll want to hang on tight up there.
400, 200. Very soon, all coils will stop working, including mine. I'm frightened. I'll enter a death state inside the void, and that scares me. I mean it, Kioma. I'm very anxious.
Robots shouldn't have anxiety issues. You're overprogrammed. It's like all the blood is draining from my body. My arms and legs are numb. Very soon, I'll be unconscious. Can you stand?
I'll try to. Do I still have legs? I'm scared of dying just like everybody else, so this will be difficult for me, too. Kioma, you're not in the car.
So everyone made it then.
You were worried about me?
Why would I be?
So many robots destroyed.
It's proof that Grendel came through here. Just a little farther now.
And then we'll be at ground zero.
That's right.
His energy shield is very powerful.
To return here ignorant of everything, inexcusable, unforgivable.
Numbers, you bastard!
You should know I invented the energy shield. Mine is far superior to those of the robots flying around.
It's not just his hands. There are numbers on both his legs, too.
Start talking. Now! Why the hell are you doing this? You have no right to pass this threshold in your broken states. You lost your memory, and with it the knowledge of your crime. That lapse is an insult to my wife, and to all the people who lost their lives here.
Fine, I forgot. So why don't you remind me? Come on, tell me everything you know.
Me tell you? Well, that's rich. Have you observed all the riffraff that's gathered here for this little contest? Royalty collectors, all after the same thing. But the person closest to the answer is you.
It's that sphere again, Debbie. Oh, great. I wonder what it wants this time. Hey, you need to get out of there, Kioma.
It's moving with purpose. It knows what it wants. He's there, isn't he?
Hold on. I recognize this. I've seen it before.
Kioma, now! Hey, open your eyes. You have to wake up. If you know what's going on, please tell me. What's that sphere? Where did it come from? Are you the one controlling it?
No, the sphere is not mine. However, I believe I know what he's after. Whether or not Kioma returns will be up to one man alone.
Papa, did it go how you wanted?
The picture is becoming clearer. I know this much. That sphere is searching for the key again. And as for the one who holds the key, it can only be him, the man who knows everything.
Sorry, we don't have time for a nap today. Now come on, get up.
Yeah, all right. I'm zonked. How long was I out for anyway?
5 seconds. You shouldn't be embarrassed, though. You made it past 7 guys before I took you down.
The way my head feels, I'm surprised I wasn't out for longer.
There's no denying you're strong. But admit it, when it comes to weapons that have a decent reach on them, I got you beat every single time. All right, not a bad haul. Doug can whip us up a chestnut cake later.
You scrambled my brains pretty good. Everything's fuzzy. It's like it's part of a dream or something.
Hey, you went to visit Miyabi in the hospital, didn't you? How'd everything go? How is she?
Not too good. She was so weak she couldn't even open her eyes. I still talk to her for a while, though. I know she can hear me.
And how are you doing? It's got to be hard not being by her side.
I have to be here. I don't have a choice. That was the deal I made with them. How else could I pay for the operation and the new body? I could sell my kidneys 1,000 times over and still not have enough to cover the cost of it.
A whole new body. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. It's the last hope she's got. Really, hope?
Hey, what's wrong?
It's nothing.
Hey! We just got the news. It looks like the African Central fell. It's war, gentlemen.
starting here again. It was always going to happen like this. It was the only possibility. All a vision of the past, right down to the public calling for the liberalization of coils.
It happened exactly like you said it would. It was General Timo who staged the coup d'etat.
Why? My foolish little brother.
Is something wrong, Salva?
We should go speak to the king before he acts.
Okay.
You're coming too, Losty.
Sir!
Don't say anything, damn you. I don't want to hear it. Just stay away. Why even try? The palace was in turmoil. The weakness of its policies was becoming more and more apparent. That was the idea, of course. It had all been carefully planned. The members of the so-called uprising were spies and foreign laborers, planted to assume the role of the public. Not a single one among them was a true citizen of Isla. This was a cleverly concealed invasion. Please, Father, you must not do this. Forgive me, but I believe that it would be foolish in the extreme. I am prepared to handle this situation if you will allow it. Give me full authority to restore public order, and I will destroy those who oppose us.
I ask you to grant Salva's request. Please, Father. We will be safe in his hands. No one cares more for the future of Isla and Africa than he does. I respect and trust Salva, not just as a brother, but as a man. I know he will succeed.
I grant your request.
I won't let you down.
Salva, we really did it.
Yes, we did lie. My dear, sweet, foolish younger brother. I got what I wanted from Father, but I wasn't able to keep tragedy from befalling you. How could I? When I was ultimately the one who was responsible for it.
Mabuchi, drop something. I don't think you want to lose this.
You're right, I don't.
Make sure you go see her once the mission's over. Shut up.
This is Squad A. We're clear. We've recovered all personnel.
Well done, Squad A. With that taken care of, all tower functions are returned to normal. I also have a report here that Prince Salva and his forces have regained control of the capital. That's some serious cheering if we can hear it all the way up here. However things turned out, though, we almost lost the tower itself, and that's unacceptable. Everything I'm seeing suggests this was an inside job.
Is that such a difficult thing to believe, sir? There are those within New Tesla who support liberalization.
No good. We didn't find anyone who could have been the perpetrator.
Very well. Doug, how's the surveillance camera video coming?
It's ready, boss.
All right. Go ahead and cue it up to when the rescue signal was activated.
Roger that, sir.
Okay, man, let's take a look at the person responsible for this mess.
Hello. A message from New Tesla's corporate stooges.
That's Haruka Seemeyer.
Seemeyer, who's he?
He was a protege of Dr. Yorosaki, an absolute genius, but the powers that be took a dim view of his more dangerous ideas.
I think I can see why.
Pay attention now, this is important. Mass times the speed of light square times possibility.
That's the coil! Evacuate, now! What the hell?
You can consider it my declaration of war.
Isla is a relatively minor nation. This victory and the passion that accompanies it will be forgotten quickly enough. Globally, they matter little. And why? He matters less still. My dream was to start small, to use Isla as a jumping-off point. From there, I would go on to greater things. I would shape the very world.
Salva did it! I'm going to go below and congratulate him.
Oh, I wait.
How might things be different if they hadn't chosen that moment to attack me? If I had been slower to react, if I had waited half a second longer, if I had been able to continue thinking of Lua as a pawn in my grand plan. I'll never know. For the first time, I was forced to look deep inside my own heart. And within it, I found Lua.
I present to you Haruka Seemeyer. He traffics in confusion and chaos, and his knowledge of coils is nearly unparalleled. He is not to be underestimated. We must allocate resources for his immediate capture.
I've heard that his goal is to incite war. Is that true?
Is he really one of Dr. Yurisaki's former students? Silence, please, everybody. Some of your questions will be answered shortly. We brought Dr. Yurosaki here to tell us more about Seemeyer.
What do you think about this business, Julian? Seemeyer was a year or two below you in school, wasn't he?
I don't care for his methods or his motivation. A scientist's focus should be on science alone, not on politics and war.
I'm sorry, Sophia. I just don't get what's so great about Julian. I like how straight-laced he is. It makes him trustworthy.
Sophie!
Hey, doing well, Julian?
As a matter of fact, he always is.
What's he doing here?
is he? Let us out of here! Come on!
Oh, I'll be more than happy to let you out once you see reason. Don't you want to join your colleagues? You must be lonely.
Just give up, Julian. Admit you're on the losing side. You're not doing yourself any favors by being stubborn.
Can't you see we've reached a consensus? It's not just the scientists of Adrastia, but of the entire world.
What consensus? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the plight of Dr. Yorozaki. Corporate bigwigs at New Tesla are trying to control science. As the coil's creator, he should be free to continue developing them. But his research is being limited by nearsighted laymen more interested in maintaining the status quo than in progress. Now they're putting those same shackles on us.
What does the doctor have to say about all this?
We haven't been able to reach him to ask. We're his only hope. Without our intervention, there will be no freedom for Dr. Yorozaki or for science.
I don't know if we should believe them, Julian.
Fine, what do you want me to do?
So is this it?
Welcome to Adrastia, the holy land of Dimension W research, and, in a former life, the place where I used to work. Many inventions were created here through the application of coil technology.
So this is it. I'm excited. I hope we find Mama. Do you think we're gonna find her? Well, what are we waiting for? What's this? Part of a machine or something?
Stop, Ellie. Leave it.
Oh no, what's going on?
Re-engage the switch, but move very slowly.
Jeez, what is this thing?
That's a spin dart. A weapon that continues to accelerate until it self-destructs. Theoretically, it could reach third cosmic velocity.
60,000 kilometers per hour? Impressive.
As far as I know, there's only one person in the world who can handle it. Kyoma Mabuchi.
The guy in the ratty old coat?
Yes, him. He's also probably the one who ripped a hole in this door.
He had a weapon that was this incredible and he didn't use it? Sounds like a real idiot.
Beyond this door is the center of the explosion that created the void. Now, even I know what will happen when we open it.
It's okay, I'm not scared, and don't try telling me to leave either. You know as well as I do that you would die without me, Papa.
All right, then. Let's go.
Huh? I don't understand. There's nothing here. Is this really what we're looking for? Is it ground zero?
What did you do, Sophia? Did you send the transporter out of control? But what about the gate? It looks like I'm going to need another of the numbers after all.
Our target, Haruka Seemeyer, moved around the world, leaving a trail across 16 different countries. Based upon his recent movements, we believe he is here, on Easter Island.
So what's on Easter Island? Why would Seemeyer go there?
It's the home of Adrastia, which some of you may know is New Tesla's top-secret research facility.
Going to ground there makes sense. It'll be hard to reach if he stays holed up in a secure site.
Remember, Seemeyer is a prominent scientist. There are many people in his field who support him. As much as I hate to say it, what the doctor always feared has indeed come to pass. The scientists are revolting against the executives at New Tesla Energy, meaning this is going to get ugly. It appears there has been a sudden change in Miss Azumaya's condition. She will be undergoing emergency surgery shortly. You may go to her now, but you have only 6 hours. Hurry, there's not much time.
This again. It's like deja vu. Like I'm being forced to dream the same dream over and over. Like someone's poking around inside my head, laughing at me as they watch because they know how it's all going to end. That's a good look for you. Really.
I'm glad you came. I knew you would, of course. I didn't doubt it for a second.
Unfortunately, I can't stay very long, but I'll be back before the operation's over. I promise you that.
Then I have something to look forward to when I wake up, so please don't worry. I know you'll keep your promise, like you always do.
Now's no different.
Yeah. Will you do something for me? Look at my palm for a second. See that? Check out my lifeline. It's in 2 parts. There's a break, but then it goes on for a long time. This is the end of the first part. But on the other side is the new life that you've given me. I'll get through this. There's nothing to be worried about.
What the hell? Where did she come from? You've always been good at running from the truth. So how long ago did you notice it? What? Why do you do this to yourself? What do you mean? You've watched this little scene play out in your head 1,000,000 times and nothing's ever changed. I'm dreaming? Is that what you're telling me? Dreaming? That would be nice, wouldn't it, if it were all just a dream? If losing Miyabi and your squad was just a figment of an overactive imagination. It's time to wake up and face the facts, you idiot! Oh, man. What am I doing? Have I totally lost it? Sorry, I wish I could stay longer. I have to go. Duty calls and all that.
Okay.
I'm glad I got to see you. Even for just a little bit. It'll be different next time. I swear I won't ever let you go again.
So it's a promise?
It's a promise, Miyabi. What's going on? Wasn't I supposed to wake up after that? Princess Alva, why are you here? Me? Why are you? Lou! What's wrong? What happened to him? I don't understand. This makes no sense. What are you doing here? You shouldn't be in this memory. You don't belong in it. Were you taken? Did it get you? What did you mean by the sphere? Then you also... Where did you go? I get it now. That's what I see. Memories. These are all memories.
That's right. Every memory that has been created since the beginning of the universe. Dazzling, isn't it? We are one step away from the void. Right now, you are looking at the very essence of Dimension W.
Harder to see, Meyer.
Memories are the key to the connection between Dimension W and the material universe. The key. Future possibilities are based upon memories of that which came before. Without memories, the universe could not exist. Do you understand, Kilmamama?
How do you know my name?
I've been waiting for you to appear, and at long last, here you are. Now I'm dying to see what you have to show me, starting with the moment at which you escaped from the void.
You're sending me back there?
Believe in them. Believe in your memories. Believe that you made the right choice. I believe in you, Kyo. I believe in your possibilities.
What's going on? What happened?
This isn't good. He's still not waking up? No. His heart rate is just 6 beats per minute, and his body temperature is falling. He's still breathing for the moment, but barely. He carries her picture. Who's the girl? Is she a friend of yours? No, actually. I could tell you her name, but I've never met her. Oh, okay. Miyabi Azumaya.
Kiyoma's wife. Or she would be if she were still alive.
What? She passed away? What happened?
There was an accident involving a coil.
I didn't know. He never said.
He probably didn't want you, of all people, to know about it.
Because I'm a robot and therefore powered by a coil?
Look at her profile again. Notice anything?
Our bodies are exactly alike. From height and weight down to measurements and even shoe size.
There's a reason you and Miyabi Azumaya are so physically...
Here it comes! Stop blurring it! Your turn, Harry! All right, you did it! Wash it like a bug. I'm sorry for the intrusion, but I'll need to stop your coil now. Is it only after Kiyoma? I won't let it get him! There's no time. I'll have to remove the coil directly. Got it! I can't arrest my momentum. That's the void up ahead. A stupid, careless mistake. It's my fault for not including this in my calculations. But I guess it's okay. All that matters is keeping Kiyoma safe. If I've done that, then I've performed my duty as a robot.
Man, it's always something. Can't a guy nap in peace?
Kiyoma, you're awake! I'm so glad you're okay!
Enough with the waterworks. What'd I tell you about crying?
I can't help it. Do you know how worried I've
Think you
been?
could turn the volume down a notch? My head's about to explode. Oh man, it felt like that dream lasted forever.
A dream?
That's what it felt like, a dream or maybe a memory. Anyway, you did a good job.
That was strange. It felt different than the other times he's touched me somehow. Wait, come back! Do you think you could do that again, please?
Don't get carried away, piece of junk.
Aw, back to that nickname again?
Damn it, looks like the car's not an option.
Oh, hey, you woke up. Feeling all right?
Yeah, thanks for all the help. I appreciate it.
The way I see it, now we're even.
Guess so.
Your ear! It's all torn up and bloody!
Oh, yeah, it's all right. I did it myself. It was the only way I could get this off of it.
So gross.
What is that thing, anyway?
I'm guessing it's what caused me to have that dream. I bet it works by manipulating the unconscious mind somehow.
I can't believe I didn't notice it was there.
Don't be too quick to beat yourself up. There's no coil in it, and it was stuck directly to the back of my earlobe.
Without you noticing?
That's the crazy thing. It was warped there.
What? Warped?
A lot of things are coming back to me now. That sphere we saw, I've actually seen it before. The last time it was in Adrastia. And this facility was used for research, space development.
Space development? Really?
That's right. Real high-level stuff, too. Top secret, cutting-edge Dimension W research.
That's why they picked such a remote location.
So they built rockets and satellites, that kind of thing?
Actually, their approach to space travel was a little different. It involved something beyond defying gravity. They were developing a way to bring an entire base and all the people inside it into space using a giant transporter. Like I said, seriously cutting-edge stuff. Anyway, that sphere was the gate that appeared when objects were transported. Haruka Seameyer. He's responsible for all this. If it weren't for him, I'm sure the accident wouldn't have happened. And if the gate's open, it tells me something. The psycho bastard didn't die like he deserved to.
So why would this guy put that weird thing on you?
I'm not sure. He was in my dream or whatever it was, talking about how my memories were the key.
Your dream. The key. Think about it. Dreams were the trigger in the Lake Yasagami incident too, weren't they? Dreams connected the present to the memories of the past that were preserved by the numbers.
Yeah, you're right. That is how it worked. It's all about dreams and memories.
Memories are the key to the connection between Dimension W and the material universe.
Kiyoma, something's coming!
Is it a person?
Yes, from what I can tell, it appears to be. Although, something seems a little off.
What in the hell? Lou?
Lou?
Hello, Kiyoma. I'm glad you came. I mean it. Ever since we met that time, I've been looking forward to seeing you.
Hey! You okay? An artificial body. So I was right.
Who is he? He has the same Dr. Sarah-style body I have.
You need to hurry. Get out of here. They're coming now. It's my own fault for letting my guard down. Salva would have expected this. He would have known there might be assassins here. I'm so useless. All I've ever done is hold Salva back.
It doesn't matter. Most of his body's been mechanized. He's strong, but inside he's still just a kid. He can't be expected to face a pro.
Whoa, look at that! His arm came off! What happened, Prince? Are you okay?
Let's get out of here quick. Piece of junk, give me a hand with it.
Right. Please excuse me.
Greedy bastards, they're willing to go this far for one coil.
Something's flying this way. Electromagnetic pulse grenades!
Skewers. Half exploded and there's dust everywhere, with footprints from multiple people. Looks like our prey found some friends to help him. Come, Yuri. This hunt isn't over yet.
Are you hanging in there, Lou?
Yeah.
Don't worry, kid. I'm gonna keep you safe.
We have to move faster. They're going to catch up with us.
You don't look so good, Papa. It's like I've said before, the numbers are a problem. They draw too much power from your life support system.
It's fine, don't worry. That coil is the most important thing for us to focus on right now.
Jason Chrysler, what are you doing here?
Are you the inept thief they call loser?
That is correct, I am.
I've been looking for you.
It's time for you to get out of here, Ellie.
Do I have to? You'd better beat him. Good luck.
You're too strong. Those are no ordinary coils. You're not the only one with numbers. But then, you probably knew that. You have 4 numbers total, 1 in each of your arms and legs. You call them key coils, and your objective is to bring back Atrocitia by collecting 5 of them.
How is it you are so well informed?
Well, let's just say not everyone at New Tesla is pleased with the recent actions of Prince Salva. He knew about the coil that surpasses all numbers. So the real reason he brought us here is to locate that coil, the same one you're after.
If there was one coil that could reverse the void, it would be that one. It must be found. The coil that Dr. Yorizaki himself deemed so dangerous he sealed it away. The one that Haruka Seameyer was willing to sacrifice everything to make. Indeed, the one he succeeded in making. The ultimate coil.
Yes, and it will be found, but you will never possess it.
Too much pressure. I can't hold it back.
I have you beat, loser. Now disappear.
He won't last much longer. I have to end this soon.
Prince Salva. He's fighting even now, I'm sure of it. We came to this island for a reason, and I will continue to believe in that possibility. The possibility only that coil can make real. I must not lose faith.
Another void survivor. We're being trapped.
This way, quickly.
That rope's being sealed up too.
I don't like any of this. Someone's controlling them.
Is it the same guy who's after the prince? Coils in the survivors' heads look like they reached all the way down into their brains.
How'd they get there?
It's KK. He's controlling them. Yuri had the same thing buried in his head. Salva told me this. People who are trapped in the void will begin moving again when they come in contact with somebody. They move, but they have no memories and no souls. They may look human, but they're not.
And what does it matter if they have memories or souls when somebody else is controlling them?
Their bodies have to be in good shape, though, otherwise they die immediately.
An important point. Fortunately, I was able to find some in good enough condition for my purposes.
KK, he's here.
Of course, I had the help of an excellent source. Grendel's final mission report.
You what?
552. Wireless transmission. Douglas Marks. Confirmation of employees being held hostage in the east basement storage room of Atrastia.
That's confidential information. How would a simple collector come by that kind of knowledge?
So you're the one then. The surviving member of Grendel. Kiyoma Mabuchi.
Bastard!
Interesting.
He doesn't feel any pain.
This fight's between you and me!
Actually, that's not entirely true. You have one other opponent.
No. Impossible. Doug?
I found more than employees in that storage room. That's the reason I said this was interesting. It looks like you're in for a little reunion, Mabuchi. Though your old comrade may be a bit changed after being swallowed up by the materialization of Division W.
Doug.
Naturally, not all of the survivors I found on the base were fully functional, but I think this one should perform well enough.
You're not doing this just for fun. Who hired you?
I can't tell you that, but I can let you in on the orders I was given. They were very simple. My job is to eliminate everybody who tries to get near Ground Zero. In other words, if you'd only given up after the Grodia crash, there would have been no need for this battle we're having, and we all could have gone home peacefully. You made a bad call, Your Highness. Once I wrap things up here, I'll see to Prince Sulfa and the others. If you want someone to blame, it should be yourself for continuing this farce, and your greedy brother for starting it.
I'm gonna make you pay for insulting my brother!
Now this has been entertaining, but let's stop talking and start fighting. I've chosen some music that should be appropriate. Camille Saint-Saëns Dons Macabre.
What should I do?
You take care of the others. Leave this guy to me.
Damn it, Doug. How could something like this happen to you? A soldier who liked baking cakes. A computer genius who could outprogram anyone. You deserve better. I'm sorry you had to wait so long for this. I'm here now. I'll bring you back. We're going home together this time.
That's impossible. Those who have succumbed to the void can never be restored to their previous lives. They can't be saved because there's nothing left to save. Their soul is gone.
What are they then, empty shells?
It is a fact acknowledged by Dr. Yuzaki himself. Just as you said, Your Highness, the man in front of you is an empty shell, little more than a giant doll.
No, there's no way. He's stronger than that. Just shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about.
You're wrong. Do you know how many people I've seen who have fallen into the void?
What?
I was a member of the team put in charge of investigating Easter Island following the accident. There were bodies littering the ground, former humans fallen into the void. Most of them were collected, though that's a fact New Tesla chose to hide. When all possibilities have been taken away, the souls of the living vanish with them, and nothing can restore them. That was the conclusion our team came to.
Stop it, Doug!
Yuri didn't fall into the void, so he still has a soul. You can return him to his normal state.
Who's this loudmouth girl?
What you're doing is awful. It's wrong.
Not a girl, a robot. Let's get rid of it.
Quick, Doug! Grab hold! Come on!
Honestly, you still haven't figured it out? You really are slow. Fine, I'll tell you one more time. That walking pile of bones is not your friend.
And I'll tell you one more time. Shut the hell up! He was tough enough to come back from the void alive. If he doesn't have any possibilities now, I'll just have to make some!
Stubborn fool.
I thought we were all gonna die for sure.
Doesn't look like anyone else is coming out here to join us. We need to get back in there. Whoa, hold on just a sec. What's that over there? Some kind of light?
Doug! Hey, Doug, wake up! It's me! Hey!
Orders, boss?
Good. I knew you were alive in
I
that.
hate to ruin a touching moment, but that's just an echo. The events from right before he fell into the void were burned into his brain. He's reacting to that stimulus. And you just destroyed the device that was allowing the afterimage to remain. You killed him, or what was left of him anyway.
No, you lie! Wait, Doug!
It's poetic, really. You were so eager to save him that you wound up putting the final nail in his coffin.
You're a dead man!
Don't Don't be too hard on yourself. He was never coming back. Why did you think he would? Because you did? The truth is, you never fell into the void. Did I mention I took the liberty of looking over your medical records? When you were found, there was nothing to indicate you'd fallen into the void. And what's more, the place where you were rescued was outside the affected area. But why does this come as a surprise to you? Was your memory erased?
Is that possible? My memory? There's a gaping hole I can't fill in. I can remember the beginning of the mission in bits and pieces after, but how it all ended is lost. I know there was a giant transporter, a dangerously powerful device that Seameyer had gained control of. The transporter? Was it used on me? Could it have sent me somewhere? No, that's not possible. The transporter wasn't fully functional. It could send machines or robots, but it wouldn't work with humans. Seameyer himself said the device wasn't ready to transport living things yet. What was it the commander told us? Suppress and seize. We were supposed to take something. Genesis. That's it. Genesis. Only, what did I do with it? Damn it. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But there's something I need to do right now. This island's taken enough from me. I'll be back for you, Doug. I'm not leaving my comrades behind here again.
I want you to stay here and do what you must to subdue our friend. Don't kill him, though. I believe I can find a use for him.
Pull off your attack dog, KK! I almost had you.
But almost isn't good enough, Your Highness. It's my turn now. Go on, Yuri. Take him out. All that and you're still going. Just how much of you is robot? Probably everything but your brain. You will die here. And like I said before, if you want someone to blame, look to your brother.
Blame? Never. I feel nothing but gratitude toward him. Salva is my light, my beacon. Next time I'll make him proud.
Next time.
I will never forgive Salva's enemies. They will be punished. That includes you.
What? He did it himself, but why? No. Yuri, protect me. Look at the prince's body. It's a machine. There was almost nothing human left. He was modified illegally. He wasn't even a person anymore. Shut up and die, bastard.
I have more than one body. That makes me pretty hard to kill.
Hold on. Are you saying that you're a robot?
Mm-mm. No, I'm not. There was an accident, but because of it, I lost use of my entire body. But I am still human. My original body is back home, safe in Isla.
So you control this one remotely?
It's a system that Salva designed especially for me. There's no lag because the connection goes through Dimension W. It's plugged directly into my consciousness, so I can control this body as if it were truly my own. I'm amazed Salva was able to create this, and for the most part it works flawlessly. The only catch is if my consciousness becomes too deeply linked to the body I'm using, I have a hard time separating from it.
So if you're not paying attention, you could get stuck there permanently?
Yeah. When Yuri attacked me, I lost awareness of what was going on outside my body. I was distracted, so I became unable to operate objectively. I tried to get things running properly again, but nothing seemed to work. As a last resort, I killed that body.
So that's what happened. You could have warned me first.
I wasn't sure whether or not it would even work. Technically, Salva's the only one who is authorized to do a forced termination like that, but he's asleep, and I don't know when or if that'll change.
You should have said something sooner. We know how to wake him up. You were right. Here it is. Damn, that's creepy.
Prince Salva, can you hear me?
I'll see what happened.
You came back to us.
Removing it worked. My brother is awake.
Good.
So now that you know, do you hate me? Do you think you could be friends with someone who's part robot, Kilma?
Don't worry, kid. I don't care what body you're in. As far as I'm concerned, you're you. You got that? Well, let's go.
What about those two? Should we bring them with us?
They can stay here. Who knows? Yuri may still wake up. It's up to him.
I think you and I have done this before.
This feels very familiar.
We've met. Well, sort of.
Yes, that's right. I remember now. You wandered into my dream.
I can't say whether it was your dream or mine. Can you, Your Highness?
Just Salva. There's no need for titles or ceremony between us, my friend. I owe you a great debt.
Lou is a good kid, and you seem like a good brother. I thought you were only using him for your own ends, trying to gain power by controlling the boy who's in line for Isla's throne. I'm glad to know I was wrong. You don't owe me anything. Now then, let's keep moving. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to put an end to this. So that's it. That's where the light's coming from.
It's Atrostia. Whoa, look at that! So many! It's that same door over and over!
The materialization of Dimension W.
How do things look, Lou?
My radar doesn't show anything to indicate functioning robots, and the energy from Dimension W is stable too.
I think we're all clear, Salva.
It's decided. We'll go inside. Once Dr. Yorizaki knew the capabilities of Genesis and the consequences of its use, he sealed off his own research, but what we'll find beyond that door is anyone's guess.
I had a feeling you knew more about this.
What's Genesis?
It's an incredibly powerful coil with the ability to make something from nothing. That coil is the reason I came. I must find it for the Y's sake. And to continue the royal bloodline.
The term Genesis doesn't sound familiar to me. I don't think that's the name Father gave to the project he was working on. Are you sure about this? I'm not finding a single mention of that coil in my database.
No, you wouldn't. Its existence is classified as top secret intel. Knowledge of it is forbidden. If you're using an official coil, it will immediately delete any reference to Genesis. I'm only able to talk about it here since we're outside tower control. I would recommend not speaking of it to anyone else.
I don't care what the coil does or how secret it is. I'm just in this for the reward. The offer stands after everything that's happened, right? First collector to the coil gets $50 million. That's what you said.
That was before. Now I'm offering twice that, $100 million, to the person who gets me the real Genesis.
See you later, guys. I've got a date with a coil. That $100 million belongs to Scorpion Cat Cassidy. Hey, you sneaky up there! Look out, Cassidy!
Hurry up! Get going!
I'll use my two assassins to hold him back!
All right, we'll be counting on you. You heard him. Let's go.
Come on, Harry. Let's take care of this guy.
You guys go on!
We'll be taking a cut of the money, though.
Done. Thanks.
What do we do?
Keep going.
Shouldn't we stay and help, though? I'd be better than them at holding off those robots.
Don't worry about those guys. They're pros.
I'm not sure how it's connected, but I think all this has something to do with you. Genesis, a term that's deleted if it's observed, probably has something to do with the gaps in your memory, especially where the doctor is concerned. Many of your memories would have been erased when you began using an official coil. The only thing that remained totally clear was the message from the doctor about following the illegal coils.
Yes.
When he created the message, why did he choose that specific word? He didn't say find. He said follow. That's been bothering me ever since you told us.
Is that why you brought me here? So we could figure out what Father's message meant?
The doctor wasn't a stupid man. Don't you think he assumed that the word Genesis would be deleted?
Yes, you're right. Is it possible this was Father's method of implicitly commanding me to come to Easter Island?
Seems probable to me. He wanted you someplace free for new Tesla surveillance. And now you've got to figure out why. I came here to confront the truth of that day, whatever it might turn out to be. Once I've done that, settled this, I'll finally be able to stand in front of her.
This is it. The entrance to the main chamber.
Right, this guy. There's a few things I need to settle with him, too.
You came. I can't say I'm surprised.
Of course you're not. You knew everything, didn't you?
Yes, all of it. The accident occurred because the transporter went wild. There were two people operating it at the time. One was my wife, Sophia. The other was Haruka Seemeyer.
So your true identity is Julian Tyler. But how is that possible? How could you have survived?
Yes, I was on this island the day of the accident. And, through an ugly twist of fate, I was allowed to live. Look.
Space-time distortion.
Yes. Do you know what that means? A gate made by the transporter is open. 5 years ago, the wild transporter teleported Adrastia and everything around it. In doing so, it depleted the surrounding area of all Dimension W energy. dropping it into the void.
And the transporter, did it disappear into the void with everything else?
No, the transporter itself was not teleport.
Well, then what happened to it? Where did it go? There are a lot of blanks that still need filling in. Something was restored from the void. What was it? Genesis?
I'm running out of patience with this game of yours, loser. I want you to tell us everything you know about what happened.
Very well, then. I'll tell you, if you really think you're ready to witness the truth.
Julian? Wow, so we're inside Loser's memory?
Looks like it. This should be fun.
This is perhaps our most fundamental equation. It shows that dimension W energy is equal to possibility times mass times the speed of light squared. Essentially, the energy from dimension W expresses itself in our universe in the form of possibility. Using this theory, we can also solve for the speed of light and see that it equals the rate of renewal for possibility.
That was a really good lecture. You're natural.
Oh, thanks.
Hello, Sophia. It's good to see you again.
Oh, Dr. Yurizaki. Father Skinner, good to see you too, sir. I'm so honored that you came.
Of course I came. I heard there was a big discovery made at Adrastia.
Yes.
Let me introduce you. This is Haruka Seemeyer. He's an exceptionally promising student of mine. I think of him as my protege. I've taught him everything I know.
Hello. I'm so glad Dr. Yurizaki brought me. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
We're glad to have you here, Seemeyer. I'm Julian Tyler. It'll be good to work with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
As you can see, we have 3 boxes here. One contains a live mouse, one contains a dead mouse, and one contains a toy mouse. This teleportation experiment doesn't involve relocation. They're supposed to rematerialize in the same place, and in 2 of the cases it works.
Yes, I see. The dead mouse and toy mouse remain, but it can't rematerialize life.
Imperfect as it is, there'd be many practical uses for the device, but I'm hesitant to continue when there's a major flaw we can't explain.
If you want an explanation, I can offer one. Even though the energy of the mouse is drawn out with the coil, the possibility of the mouse is not. I believe if we could better understand that, we'd be one step closer to comprehending the mystery of life.
You think it's that significant? Honestly?
Absolutely. After years of research and experimentation, I'm certain that life and Dimension W are deeply connected. Possibility cannot be observed. Sophia, can you tell me why that is?
Because when a possibility is observed, it becomes a reality.
It's along the lines of Schrodinger's cat.
Exactly. Even if we can predict a possibility, we can't observe it because in doing so we alter its very nature. And although possibility can never be seen, we are nevertheless certain it exists. Tell me why that is.
As intelligent beings, we ourselves are creatures of possibility.
That's precisely right. It's hard to pinpoint what it is exactly that makes up our intelligence. However, we do know that all life is capable of perceiving possibility and reflecting it, so whether we can see it or not, it is part of our being. The coils we have now are incomplete. They're inadequate in the face of life's profundity. Of course, a coil that could encompass the complexity of life would have to be utterly flawless. If it existed, it might lead us to the truth of everything. Genesis.
That's right, Genesis, the ultimate coil, the one that could control everything. We threw ourselves at the problem and quickly became consumed. In our effort to complete Genesis, we made 5 numbers. Seemeyer devoted himself entirely to formulating the theory. But then the inspectors came.
Hey, no! That's my laboratory, my work! You can't just barge in there!
The development of Genesis has been judged to carry too great a risk. Everything related to it will be confiscated and safely sealed away. We strongly urge you to be cooperative. Now please stand aside.
You can't do this to me!
I know this is hard, Seemeyer. Cooperate. I approved all this.
I don't understand, Doctor. We've worked so hard. You said yourself that we were close to completing it. We can't stop!
I'm sorry.
Your theory. You completed it. That's why this is happening.
Come on, there's no need for you to be...
Shut up! Get away from me!
I believe that was the moment when Seemeyer snapped. His curiosity twisted into madness.
Whoa! Where's the floor? Oh, it's there. I just can't see it.
The completed transporter, is that what was it?
Let us out of here! What are you doing? I thought you were going to use the transporter to take back the documents they stole. That's what you said!
Mama!
And you believe me? How very gullible of you. I formulated my own working theory for Genesis a long time ago. I don't need help from that traitor Shiro Yurizaki. All that remains is to verify my theory and make some final adjustments. But in order to proceed, I required access to this transporter, which necessitated some deception on my part. There is nothing I wouldn't do to see Genesis complete, no matter how many lives it might cost.
Kioma, is that Genesis?
That's it. The reason for all of this.
We have reached the final phase of testing. Genesis will be complete when I can successfully teleport light. How many people will it take? I guess there's only one way to find out, eh?
You're evil. Can you do this?
Shut that pretty little mouth and cooperate. Don't forget my insurance policy. I'm saving him for last. Fight me and he will suffer.
No! Don't listen to him, Sophia! Don't do what he asks! He's mad!
That's enough out of you, Julian.
I was a hostage, powerless to do anything to help. I could only watch as life after life was carelessly thrown away.
Let's begin. No luck? Next up. Nope. Next. No good. Next.
I remember it all now. The scene was enough to make anybody sick.
Yes, it's coming back to you, isn't it, Mabuchi? Because it was around this time that Grendel landed on the island.
Wow, it's Kyomo from 5 years ago!
Yes, this will do nicely. I got a great view from here. Hello, everybody. Hi, just dropping in. You don't mind a teensy interruption, do you?
Stop screwing around and get the hell out here, Seameyer!
If I could get to where you are, I'd have done it long ago.
You aren't actually here. Where are you, then?
Your voice is a bit distorted, but I still recognize it, Juliet. So good to see you.
Answer me!
Where am I?
Come on, isn't it obvious? Same place I've always been. Adrastia. Well, to be more specific, the larger fragment of the lost Adrastia.
Adrastia was split?
Yes, it broke into 2 pieces, and the smaller fragment was sent someplace else, along with my right arm. And more importantly, the completed Genesis.
So you really completed it after all those people died?
Indeed I did. And the evidence is standing in front of you. There. Julian Tyler is living proof.
Julian? Don't worry about him. He'll take care of Genesis. But I need you to keep living.
Stop it! What are you doing?
Don't do it! Sophia!
After so many attempts, Julian's successful teleportation proved that Genesis was complete.
But you don't have it. It was lost.
That's right, it was lost, thanks to your damn wife and her ridiculous heroics. After her moving speech, darling Sophia switched the circuits to the 5 numbers and made the transporter go wild.
She was going to kill Seameyer, even if it meant her own death.
That stunt was annoying enough on its own, but somebody else had to come along and interfere. I mean you. Yes, you, Mabuchi, beast of Grendel.
Get it out of here now! Quickly, before the gate closes! We need to get Genesis away from this madman!
Give it back right now! Adrastia can still be rematerialized!
Don't just stand there! Throw it outside the gate!
No! It's too powerful! You can't let anyone have it!
This is it.
Wait!
I don't understand. Why did you take Genesis and disappear?
Do you remember now? Is it all coming back? You stole the power of God from me and then ran away like a coward. Did you know what I saw in the very last moment before the gate closed?
I came back. I left them all behind.
It's like I said, you're the key. As the only one who returned, you should know better than anyone what happened that day.
Don't you think the report would have mentioned it if Kyoma had Genesis with him?
If anyone wants my opinion, I'd say he left it on the lost fragment of Adrastia. But that's just a guess. He's the only one who knows for sure. With access to his memory, I can finally locate Genesis.
I don't understand any of this stand before Miyabi's grave. I couldn't save anybody, except my own sorry self.
I don't understand why you're acting like this. Swallowing self-pity isn't like you, Kiyoma.
You should stop talking.
You should pull yourself together. The Kiyoma I know is violent, rash, and blunt. He acts without thinking. He makes no apologies to anyone, and he is always true to himself. Even though he hates coils, he saved a robot from the void. It hasn't even been 6 months since we first met. I may not know everything about you, but some things I do. And one is that you're a person who never gives up. Not as long as there is a possibility!
Be quiet! All this is the result of me holding on to a possibility that's not real!
What happened here wasn't your fault.
You don't get it. I remember now. I know what happened.
With this coil, anything could be possible. That's what I thought to myself when I held Genesis in my hand that day. With it, Miyabi could truly be saved. She could be made whole again. That's when I made my decision. I would bring Genesis with me through the gate, for Miyabi's sake. Even if I died and my body was torn to pieces, there was still a chance that the coil could be used to help her.
That's what I believed. The reason I jumped. We know how well that turned out.
The next thing I knew, I was in the hospital. Miyabi was dead and my comrades had been annihilated. Couldn't remember what happened, but I was certain coils were to blame. They'd taken everything from me. That's the lie I kept telling myself.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
I don't know what it is you want me to do, but I can't do it. I don't have power over a possibility. So just save your pep talks for someone else.
What now? You're just going to run away?
Why should I stay? stay. There's nothing on this island for me to fight for.
That's not what I mean. I'm talking about Miyabi. The accident during Miyabi's operation happened at the same time as the destruction of Easter Island. That's always bothered you, hasn't it?
That doesn't have anything to do with
Yes,
you!
It does! Will you please listen to me? My body was originally created for Miyabi, which means if she were still alive, I wouldn't be here, not in the form that I am now. If it weren't for you, I would never have been made. I was born because you and she chose the possibility of giving her a new body. So I would say this has a lot to do with me. Wouldn't you?
What do you want?
You still don't remember everything, but let me help. Let me honor Miyabi and the possibility that she believed in. What would she want you to do? Are you going to give up or keep fighting? Don't worry, it'll be okay. Whatever happens, I'm on your side, and I always will be. Hey, Kyo. Thanks for waiting. Before you go, my name is Miyabi Azumaya. Hey, what are you doing? That's my hand! Kyo!
Damn, you're identical, right down to the lines on your palm. All right. How do you plan to help me remember?
I suspect your memory was damaged as a result of your interaction with Genesis. Something broke in the memory center of your brain. There was too much happening that it couldn't process. So I should just need to fix what was broken.
Hey, I'm not a robot. I can't just be fixed.
There must be a way to do it. Otherwise, why would C. Meyer be targeting you? What's broken is the link between your memories. If I can successfully repair that connection, you should remember everything.
How will you do it?
By simply tracing your memories and knitting them back together. I analyzed the device that C. Meyer teleported into your ear so I can use that as a reference. I learned some things from my experience in Yasugami, too. Don't worry, I feel very confident I can do this.
All right, how do we get started?
Well, about that, I'll have to put you into a deep sleep, which may
You
require...
can stop right there. I know what to expect. You put me to sleep before. Don't you remember?
Yes, I do. How could I forget the first time we met, Kiyoma? This will be a little like that. All right, begin tracing.
What is all this?
Oh, so you can see what's going on, too?
These fragments are my memories?
Yes, but they've been scattered, as you can see. If I can re-establish the links between them, they should be restored.
Are you going to continue hiding? Then I'll just have to find you by tracing your memories. One way or another, I'll get what I came for. Now, where are you?
Dimension W lies beyond the third dimension. It's difficult to access. In order for this to work, I have to be there and aware of Fiona's memories.
What's wrong, piece of junk?
Don't worry, it's nothing. There was just some strain on the coil, that's all.
Are you sure? The lines in your body are turning red.
It'll be all right. We're almost there now. Preparations to connect are complete.
All right, do it.
Okay.
Go on, Mabuchi, do it.
It's too powerful. No one can have it.
Yoma! These are memories from that day. Images of people in different places, all overlapping. The island! It's being swallowed up!
Kyo?
The hospital.
Impossible. The transplant operation went perfectly. Why is she on the verge of death?
On the verge of death?
Doctor, we're getting abnormal readings from the coil.
Her consciousness is dissipating. It's flowing away from the coil. Does this mean that the brain alone isn't enough to hold on to the soul?
Hurry, Dr. Seta! We need to run! Damn it! Why can't I get any closer?
The coil's at its limits. We can't hold it back.
I know. I have to find a way to get Genesis to them. With this, they can do it! They can save her! Is it really you? It's too much. The world is breaking. So, you want me to? It's the right thing to do, isn't it? All right.
This is how it should be. Thank you. I'm glad it was you. Goodbye, Kiyoma.
Yes, that's right. That's what happened. It wasn't just me. We made the decision together. I can remember all of it now. And I'm glad I can remember. It's enough. You can wake me up now. I'm ready. Where'd you go? Hey, piece of junk! Damn it. Gotta stop punching myself in my dreams. It doesn't feel too good. She's gone, and I think I know why.
Doing okay?
Fine, you guys all right?
We go?
Your Highness, I'm glad you made it.
I very nearly didn't. Fortunately, these two were there to save me.
Luke, everyone's all right here.
Oh, what a relief.
We're alive, but we're not any closer to solving our problem. That monster of his is enormous. How can we defeat it?
I've got an idea that might work.
You think we should tie it up? Yes, that would be effective. Provided we're able to pull it off, of course.
You're still alive.
There should be the cable of a particle accelerator buried around the outer circumference of Adrastia. I think that would suit our purpose.
Well, if digging is what you need, we're here to help.
Then I can use my Razash to carry it.
All right. But how do we get Seameyer to stand still long enough?
He wants to know where Genesis is, right? Let's give him what he wants.
This coil is about to go wild. I have to get as far from Kioma as I can, or he'll be caught up in the materialization of Dimension W.
I finally caught one of them. Now let's see my prize. It's not human. This is a robot. They've made a lot of advancements since I've been gone. Right, I remember now. Yurazaki's wife was into robotics. That explains it. Hello, robot. I'm going to take you apart and use you to make my arms and legs. Since you're not alive, you can move in and out through the gate.
He hasn't noticed how close my coil is to going out of control. I can get closer to the center of the system and let it go wild. If I did that, I could save everyone. No one else would have to get hurt.
Easy now. Don't do anything stupid. Well, hello again, Seameyer.
Mabuchi, you're here.
So what are you waiting for? I've got what you want. Just come and get it.
What are you doing here? Oh, never mind. Just leave now. My coil's
Be
going...
quiet. Nobody's expecting you to sacrifice yourself. Just let me take care of this.
But what about the coil?
I'm gonna need you to deal with it for another 10 or 20 minutes. Assuming you don't want me caught up in it. I'm sick of running. I don't want to do it anymore. If you want to see my memory, I'll show it to you.
You're planning something. What is it?
Oh, what's wrong, Seameyer? Are you scared? Are you afraid to learn where your prized possession is? I thought you were dying to know what happened. Who I gave Genesis to.
You gave my coil to somebody else? Show me! Let me into your memory!
All right, he took the bait.
Where is it? Where's Genesis? Where's the bastard who has it?
Take a look. It's been me the whole time.
What? You didn't have it, though. I would have known about it.
I considered using it, but I didn't. Miyabi and I decided that nobody should. Not ever. That's why I destroyed it. The shock and the destruction of Genesis must have sent me back to the island. That moment is lost forever, though. I don't think anybody could restore it. You created something amazing. There's no denying that. Truly amazing. But it will never be used again. It's gone, and that's the reality. You have to accept it. And so do I.
What's going on?
Did it get more insane than he already was?
There was no reason! My whole life was pointless! This is the end of everything! I have no need for a planet I can't return to! I'll destroy it! I'll trigger materialization so massive it will swallow up the Earth and kill everything on it! The whole planet will be a void!
He's losing an enormous amount of energy!
I'm not gonna let you do that. Not a chance in hell.
What is this? A cable?
All right, Shoma, let's do it!
What's happening? Was this your plan, Julian? Nice try. I'll just cut this apart and... Coming through! No!
Seameyer. There's still one thing I want to say to you before this is over. Why do you like those things so much anyway? What's so great about them?
I just think there's something special about the stuff people leave behind. It's proof of the lives they've lived, like parts of them remain even after they're gone. It might sound silly to you, but by treasuring the past, we can make the present shine even brighter.
Our lives are full of failures and tragedies, but each one is the source of a new possibility. What you did was truly horrible, and I lost everything in the world that was dear to me. But do you know what? If that hadn't happened, there are possibilities that wouldn't have been realized. So I don't have any regrets, and I'm not giving up.
You know what I hope? I hope that someday I get to be somebody's precious memory. I like that, because it means that I'll help create the future.
Nothing that either of us did was pointless. Don't you see? Not a thing.
Shut up! Don't talk like I'm part of the past! I'm alive!
Here, Kyoma, take this! It's a piece of my papa! You have to win!
spin dart I'll ever use. Goodbye, Haruka Seameyer. You've done enough damage in this lifetime. Return to the sea of possibilities.
You did it, Kyomamachi. There was a hole in the gate. That sphere. The space made by Dimension W. All of it will be extinguished soon. My Sophia's soul will be released as well. She will finally be free again. And before long, I'll join her. I love you, Ellie. Thank you.
Damn it! I think I might be in a little trouble. Your coil!
The island's engulfed in green light. You did it, didn't you, Mamachi? You succeeded.
Mira. Listen carefully. It's time now. I can finally entrust this to you. Take it and learn about the human heart. Go on, Mira. You're ready.
Father.
You did well.
Please, Father, wait. Father! Wait! Thank you, Father!
Who do you think you're calling father?
It was all wrapped up in green light. Father was there.
Just focus on staying alive.
Alive? You never called me that before.
Damn it, now's not the time. You want to take a look around?
That was close. Are you okay?
We're coming, Kyoma!
I'll probably have some bruises, but I'll be fine.
You're all right?
I was so worried.
And what about you, Mira? Are you okay too?
Yes, thanks. It's nice of you to ask. Papa!
I hope Loser found his peace.
Me too. And that he was reunited with his wife on the other side. All those collectors and none succeeded. We didn't find the first coil to start working on the island. And it turns out I'd already destroyed Genesis.
Yes, I had thought we might be hunting for something other than Genesis, but it looks like it came to nothing either way. I failed, Luai. I'm sorry. You're right. There's no point in regretting what can't be changed. There's work to be done. We'll have a funeral for the dead, and good wine for the living.
That was close. I thought I was a goner.
That was it, wasn't it? The last battle of our war has been fought.
Yeah. Thanks for your help, Mira.
Sure.
Let's go home.
Okay. Oh, Kyoma, wait! Look up there on top of that hill! At the bottom right of the Moai statue. There's a flower blooming, see?
I don't have robot eyes.